digital.
Who out here? Yo, how the hold up. Mm. How the audio sound? How the audio sound? We live. We in Atlanta. We made it. We at the Tank press conference. It ain't happened yet. Cruz, what it do? D, get it, what up? Troy Smoke along, what up? Yeah, I'm in ATL, Cruz. We in ATL already. What's up? What's up? What's up? Audio good? That's what's up. Trav FDY, what up? Hold up, fellas.
Stay hold my seat, man. Sit on my seat. Yo, what's going on? What you guys dealing with? Yeah, we out here live, man. As you can see, we live right there. We live. Look. Yeah, I'm right here, man. Yeah, it's all the way on the other side. No, I know where it is. So I'm going. Yo. Uh, uh, Not gonna ask about no pre-fight meal. What we just had. Sorting it out, man.
So, you could probably wait, because I charged them all, but,
I'll just give it a charge right now. Yeah, take it. Just put it on the bag and I'll grab it. Yo. Yeah. We live, man. We about to do this thing. Eric Cruz, you funny. Yo, we lit, man. We live, baby. Live and direct, man. You forgot the what? Yeah, it's literally like right around the corner.
hold up. Let me put this on. We back. I had to put it on. Battery saver mode. So the press conference isn't open to the public. Just a few people here, as you can see. Got Brian Custer over there. Last Stand Podcast. Check out B Custer Sneaks. Yeah. But, oh wait, I could do front camera. Here we go. Look at Brian Custer sneakers. Pimping out here. So this is where it's at. I'm giving y'all the front view now. Yeah. Nice location for a press conference. Look at that up there. That's dope. How they got it with the digital screen. Then they got the step and repeat right here as well. You see Francis over there making friends. Look how little Francis is next to that bouncer, that security guard. Yeah. I don't know. It don't look like the press. Oh, they go Leonard Ellerby up there. Y'all see him? As long as they let you. Yo, they go Ellerby, y'all. Go up there. Don't wait for that. Do it now. Yo, just be like, yo, Leonard, what's up? You know, let me get 2 minutes. He's scared, y'all. He's scared. Look at him. Look at him. Yo, he's scared, y'all. Yo. I told him go get Ellerby. Look at Ellerby. He on the phone, though. He up there. Yeah, we trying to stay safe, man. You know. It ain't much to do, you know, from the hotel to the press conference. It was only like a mile and a half away too. Yo, shout out to all y'all that made it possible, obviously. Shout out to Rafi came through this afternoon with some love. Intrigue in the building, ATL, what it do? Let's see if Intrigue gonna get with us later, or he gonna be ducking. Yeah, right? Do he got some time? Do he got some time? Yo, why the press conference so quiet, Francis?
It's because there's like a calmness before the storm. Okay, the storm is gonna come. This is a bit of calm. That's why you can't stir the mood, man. Let it
Mad
be.
quiet in here, yo. Kevin Navarro, shout out to you, man. We appreciate it.
It's supposed to start at 2 o'clock, and nobody's here yet.
4 minutes. 4 minutes to 2.
You know how it goes, boxing, baby.
Yeah, y'all see Francis with the Versace shirt and shit. Yo, man, he brought the glasses and everything. Like, he going all in. They gonna interview him. They gonna think he Broner. If he take the mask off, he Broner.
Is AB showing up?
AB showing up. I don't know, man. We gonna see. Oh shit. Jesus Cardenas says, buy yourself a coffee. Payday? You want payday? Jesus, shout out, man. Thank you.
What you want me to do? Take some pictures too?
Nah. No need. No need. 4 minutes. 4 minutes and it's supposed to start. Supposed to start in 4 minutes. We shall see. It's definitely gonna be something intimate.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not a lot of chairs.
What's good, bro? Who that? Matthew Lewis. What's good, bro? Damn, nobody talking Ramirez, Taylor? That's crazy. That fight going under the radar, man. Under the radar. Them dudes ain't got, they need more personality.
They need something else to sell that.
Man. I mean, you see Francis came all the way from Canada just to see Tank.
You know what I'm saying? We hear the beat.
Yo.
Pizza's on deck. Soda's on deck. Feed the crew.
One thing, man. Tank walks through what? Tank walks through Barrios. I don't know, man. Are you sure? Cause 12 rounds ain't walked through Gamboa. You know what I'm saying? It was 12 rounds. I mean, would you call that a walkthrough?
I mean,
Nah, right? Nah, right? Nah, right?
I guess depends on who you're asking.
Tank taking chances. Yeah, tell him. What's this gonna be? Third belt, fourth division? No, 4-time champion, third division. 4-time champion, third division. Four-time champion. Yo, so who these dudes up there? Ain't that Matt Barnes? Damn, that's messed up. You know I don't know nothing about no basketball. Nothing started yet, man.
What did it say?
Yeah, Brandon, the Patreon questions is there for Tank and for Leonard. That's the only people out here, man. We still trying to see who gonna pop up. Brian Custer out here. That's about it. Yo, they said don't forget to ask Leonard Ellaby what's his pre-fight meal. Yo, mad people tuning in saying Tank taking big chances by fighting Barrios.
Bad people.
You loving it too. You loving it. You loving it. Yeah, it's not open to the fans, man. Fans ain't back yet. Tank the best regular champ. Y'all, why y'all gotta be so mean, yo? The flight was an hour and what, 30 minutes? That's 2 hours?
To here? No.
What?
That shit was like an hour and 15 minutes. We got here in like 57 minutes.
I think it was an hour and
Nah,
30
bro.
minutes.
Nah, bro.
He was asleep, man.
Straight off the rip. From the door.
My man was sleeping.
From the door. Done. Neck pillow, shorty. So my man told us that they're going to get dropped off at the front. So they're going to come down those stairs right there.
These?
Yeah, nobody's coming from the side or the left or nothing. They're coming from there.
They're coming straight down.
You got it.
Straight down those big stairs.
You know when they're here.
We're going to set it up right up front where we're doing. I couldn't imagine.
Nah. Is that Versace Francis balling? Yeah, y'all know him. Yo. Ooh. Yeah. Francis being strategic. What you being strategic about, Francis?
Who said that?
Jesus.
Oh, I have no idea.
Jesus.
Oh, must be you would get in the interviews and stuff. I'm watching the flow, man. Before I
Oh yeah. He ain't get Brian Custard though.
I ain't happy. Don't worry, okay?
He ain't get B Custard though. Let me adjust my mic, man. Tank will probably try to fight Jamal James. Nah, man, I think the rumor is Jamal James and Thurman.
And who?
Thurman. I mean, yeah, Porter. Right?
Porter.
That ain't the rumor? Think that's the rumor. Francis ain't killing that shirt. Oh, Francis. Nah, because he's supposed to be wearing that at night, man. That's too. You know what I'm saying? They say you ain't murdering the shirt right. Look, he got it with the Jeezys, man.
Because they haven't seen him with the fittest.
NHO, I mean, it's alright, but this a little bit of a dead event, so, you know, it'd have been better if he was coming back to some work. It's pretty dead up in this motherfucker. Porter will eat Tank. I mean, he should. He a welterweight, you know. Oh shit, Francis! They said you wore the Versace shirt, you gonna get the curse.
What curse?
Yo, you seen everybody Fury, everybody failing with the Versace robe, man.
I'm too blessed, man, to be cursed, man.
Francis going live. He going live, y'all.
Yo, what's happening?
Mark G, let me hold $5, man. You out here. You ain't send me a coffee yet, man. You know I drink hella coffee. Matter of fact, look. Matter of fact, here go my coffee right here. The only time you can take the mask down. Whew. Cavazzini. Oof. That shit dark roast. They put that dark in caps on all caps, man. Yo, you seen when Porter said that Mikey don't want that fight? Like he lies on Mikey's list? Y'all seen that? Y'all seen Porter said that he's last on Mikey's list? That Mikey don't really want that fight? Mikey be picking and choosing, man. He gotta get in there. Even though I like that Vargas win. He put hands on Vargas. You can't. Oh shit! Look at UK boxing. UK Rob. I don't know if they're gonna do this live on Showtime's YouTube. Oh, look, he got my Yamaha. That's the one I got in the office, y'all. That Yamaha right there. I mean, that's probably a bigger one. He got 6 channels right there. 6-channel Yamaha he got going on right there.
Yo,
Yo.
music for me.
Nah, man. What you asking for? A lot of info, man.
You can put it in there.
I don't know, bro. I didn't even know that they was not showing it nowhere. You know they always dropping the ball, though. What's this? Bro, you don't need no Wi-Fi, man. You don't need no Wi-Fi. It ain't even. Oh, it worked. It worked. Let me see. We ain't go to no restaurants in the A yet. We just landed, man. We landed at like 8 something. Got to the hotel by like 9 something. You know what I'm saying? Showered, changed, relaxed for a bit. What you mean you thought Yamaha was like a bike, Kevin? They do make bikes, though. You know they make bikes. I had the Yamaha YZF. What was it? YZF? Some shit like that with 1,000. A couple years back. Not a couple, now it's massive years before my house. Oh shit. Omega Cam, what it do? Where's the breaking news? Jake Paul to Showtime show. Laughing my ass salute. Yo, you know I wanted to do the Jake Paul show, man. I told y'all 2 years ago when it was on fucking YouTube. I told y'all and I told Eddie, and now look, Showtime done picked him up. Trying to pick him up, my man Jake. Yeah. And I seen that Jake said he gonna fight Tommy. You think they gonna be? You think BT can't cut him loose? I don't think they could do it. I mean, he don't got no US TV. He don't got no US TV, so maybe they could do Jake Paul and Tommy Fury, but Jake better get out of there. He better stay away from Tommy right now, man. We need to see Jake in with a fighter. But yeah, I told y'all, man, Jake Paul, biggest name in boxing, yo. It's crazy. Showtime gave him a deal. That's crazy. I wonder, do he get to fight somebody while he wait for the Mayweather fight?
Good question.
Right? Because it's like, do you risk him losing? What happens if he loses, then you out, you know? No deal. So yeah, man. We shall see. So yeah, man, we just patiently waiting now. We patiently waiting. Dan, he said the UK turned on Fury. I believe it when you super chat it, man. They lying. Y'all pick and choose, man. Today y'all don't like Fury and y'all like AJ. Tomorrow y'all gonna dislike AJ and like Fury again, man. Y'all should just be happy y'all got 2 great heavyweights, man. And hope that they either fight each other or fight some of our Americans, man. Yo, you see Michael Hunter on Instagram? Stunting?
About what?
He said, Michael Hunter said he got, well, he said 3 times the offer Eddie gave him for Herkovich to fight on Triller. That's crazy.
That's a lot of money.
3 vests, 3 chains. Jake Paul versus Joe Smith. Stop it, man. Stop it. Oh, man. Haney versus Linares, man, is over, man. The wait is over. That's next week. We in the building. And that's going to be fire, man.
Fireworks.
It's going to be fire.
Yeah.
You know, people used to be calling Brunner the next Floyd. It's crazy they don't be calling Haney that. Maybe because Floyd was more of a killer at the lower weights.
Maybe.
He was getting more knockouts. Nah, they said it seem- Brandon said it feel like we two senators they voted in to represent us. We sitting here for the people.
You can't really check him out, Where you got checks? Huh?
So,
Where you got checks? Where you got checks?
who got shot?
We did.
About what?
Right.
What is that? Oh, for not going? Yo, you know B. Custer was like, yo, how y'all come here and y'all ain't go to Charlo press conference? I said, yo.
It's a little bit behind schedule, but we're going to bring in Barrios first. He'll be here shortly. We'll do some one-on-ones then if you'd like to do that before we start the press conference.
Perfect.
Sounds good.
So they're gonna bring Barrios this way. Looks like Tank having lunch or something. Still working out maybe.
That Barrios coming
Yeah, they got the cameras over there on them.
Nice camera.
Let's get some close-ups of Barrios.
Start rolling or what?
Excuse me. Have you seen Tim Smith today?
Not yet.
Yeah, so I just seen the cameras on Barrios, but I don't know if he's coming down yet because he was outside. Oh, shit. I thought I had the camera the other way. So this the wide room right here. You get to see everything from this angle right here, and the setup, back platform for the live streaming, and for the recording of the weigh-in. You see Francis in the back. Kevin, salute, man. Thank you for the support. Hit that thumbs up button. Yeah, so like I said, man, intimate, closed to the closed to the public. It's just us. That's Barrios right there. See him, I don't know if y'all can see him hugging Brian Custer. He way at the top of the stairs. There you go. There you go. Strength and conditioning coach as well. Saludo. Vamos a ver si ustedes van a tener el mismo soporte que le dan a Canelo, a Mario Barrios, ¿eh? Vamos a ver. ¿Dónde están los homies? ¿Dónde están los primos de Barrios? ¿Dónde está la familia? Los fanáticos? What's up? Where the Barrio fans at? It's crazy, yo. You know, we talk about like Mexico being the biggest fan base, but they're pretty picky. You know, they don't just rep everybody like the UK fighter. You gonna get some love, but in Mexico it's different. Not just anybody gets the love. It depends who you are. Who that? Karma? What up, Karma? Is that Karma Surge or another Karma? Vámonos, Barrio. That's what I'm talking about. ¿Dónde está el apoyo, homie? ¿Dónde están los apoyos? Míralo ahí. He's up there. Look at him. He got the vest. It's actually a pretty dope vest. So when he get down here, we're going to see that up close. Yeah. The praying mantis over there. Just sitting and chilling. Nah. I ain't going all up on them stairs. He coming down. Oh, look, Blue Blood, what it do? Champ. Back in the field. Yeah, you know, man, we came out for this one, man. We came out for this one. Barrios a tough competitor. Let's hope, man. Let's hope he put up a decent fight, man. You know what I'm saying? Verge texted me. He said he not coming, man. Verge texted me a couple minutes ago. Virgil Hunter said he not going to be here. So I'm tight right now. But I think Calvin Ford is. He texts me.
Calvin text you.
There go Barrios. Coming into his zone. Big dude. We gonna see how tall he is. We're gonna see how tall he is when I stand next to him. They always calling him 6 feet. See if he really 6 feet. Yeah, Francis. Go ahead, Francis. Sure. So,
We're gonna do it right here.
okay. Yeah, it's gonna be. I guess it's gonna be open.
He's coming right now?
Barrios.
He about to do a media scrum?
Yeah. He called it one-on-ones, but you know they not. All right.
World champion. You're a champion. So how do you feel about this? The 140, him stepping up to fight you?
I'm feeling good, man. It's a huge opportunity for me. I mean, they called me out. He's trying to do something great, and I respect that. But it's a dangerous fight. It's gonna be an action-packed fight. Neither one of us have fought fighters like each other. So I mean, come on June 26th, I mean, we're gonna see if this was the right move for him.
You say you're doing it for La Raza. Explain that to the boxing fans.
Yeah, no, it's just, man, that the Mexican pride. A lot of people have been telling me, in my avenging Santa Cruz and all the other fighters, but it's something like that. At the end of the day, I fight for myself. I fight, to represent, my city, my people, and I'm gonna go out there just gonna do my best to make everybody proud.
Appreciate it, Mario.
Mario, do you feel that Tank picked you based off your mandatory fight with Becatir? I'm probably pronouncing that first name wrong, but
I still don't know how to pronounce it, but yeah, I mean, he might be. They might be looking at that fight, closely, because he was a southpaw, but Akhmedov, total different style, total different fighter, so I mean, there's gonna be a total different outcome.
now you said that you respect that he's moving up 2 divisions, but don't you feel disrespected that a littler man is choosing you?
In a sense, I mean, I don't know what they see, but none of that matters because all the answers are gonna be all the questions are gonna be answered on June 26th.
What initially went through your mind when you first got the call that Tank wanted to fight you? He is one of the biggest names in this sport, so what was the initial reaction?
I was pretty surprised, to hear his name getting brought up. But like I said, I mean, it's a huge opportunity for me. Whether you like Tank or not, he got one of the biggest names in boxing, and this is the type of fight, that'll skyrocket my name up there.
Seeing how everything played out, you and him was in the building when you fought Ryan Call. You knocked out Leo Santa Cruz. Is there a lot more motivation for you and people being in your ear to somewhat avenge that?
Nah, I mean, Tank's a good fighter and everything. He's a very, very explosive fighter. And, I have no question, he's going to bring, that explosiveness, that power up with him to 140. I'm just, I'm expecting a great fight.
Are you optimistic about his power, though?
I'm sorry?
Are you optimistic about Tank's power? Do you feel some type of way about it as far as the concerns you're going to have once you face him?
Nah, no concerns. At the end of the day, I'm the bigger guy. He's coming up. He's the one, who has to show people that he can handle my power, that he can handle being at 140.
Barrios, what would you say is the difference between you and Yurokis Gamboa?
Completely. But two different fighters, two different sizes. Gamboa though, he's a very, very experienced fighter. He was a veteran when he fought Tank. But I feel like he was, way past his prime, with that fight. But he still gave, Tank, a difficult fight.
So do you take confidence in the fact that the older Gamboa, who also had a busted Achilles heel, lasted 12 rounds?
Yeah, I haven't really been looking at that fight too much. Then at the end of the day, Tank pulled it off. Every fighter's different. I'm nothing like Gamboa, but I have confidence in my preparation, and I'm gonna be ready June 26th.
Have you had the opportunity to talk to Virgil Hunter about this fight?
Yeah, of course. Me and Bird have been talking about this fight since it was first brought up.
Now, obviously, your style, we've seen you take some shots. Are you going to try to box more, or is it Mario Barrios El Azteca for this fight? And,
it's always El Azteca in all of my fights, but I ain't gonna give away too much of what we're working on. But again, I'm just gonna be me on June 26th.
And do you look at Tank as a 140-pounder, or are you looking at him as a smaller guy, like he's smaller than me? You're telling yourself that, or are you looking at it like, because he's a puncher, I'm gonna respect him as a 140-pounder?
I'm taking this fight, as Tank being a dangerous fighter at 140.
Who are you bringing in to replicate that style?
We have, some the right sparring lined up with us right now. I ain't gonna be giving away too much names or anything, but we're getting the right work.
Mario, what's your thoughts on the fight being here in Atlanta, and more specifically here at State Farm Arena?
Oh man, I'm excited to be here. This is actually the first time I've been here, but I've heard great things about Atlanta. I hear, the locals, they support, whatever event it is. So I'm expecting, to see a great turnout.
Will you be sparring or doing any type of, training down here in Atlanta?
No, I'm only here just for today, and then back to the Bay.
All right.
How long you been in the Bay with Verge?
For this fight,
I've
been in the Bay a couple months now.
Wow, so you started at like a pre-camp then?
Yeah. So I was out there. We were originally getting ready, to fight in, I believe around April, but then this fight was brought up, and of course, it was a huge opportunity. This is definitely something I wouldn't pass up.
Did you take some time off in between that possible April fight and now this new announcement?
No, yeah. Verge is a very, I'm very happy to be with Verge. He knows how to run the camps and everything. He knows how to, make sure his fighters aren't overtrained. So, once we figured out that the fight wasn't going to be originally in April, how we had planned, I went back home to San Antonio, spent some time with my family, and then just shot right back to the Bay.
Speaking of Verge, what is something you had to clean up, that you think he'll help you with?
In general for this fight.
Yeah, in general, going in there with somebody like Tank Davis, obviously a different opponent than your last. Mm-hmm. What was he able to help you out with?
I guess just overall, just.
Without giving away any secrets.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what I'm trying to find a way to put it. But I don't know. Birch has impacted me greatly. Impacted my style. Just in general, when we started working together, and we're making the necessary adjustments for Tank style.
Are you gonna be implementing snacks for this fight?
I'm sorry?
Are you gonna be using snacks with your Conti for this fight?
Yeah. Well, I'm with me and Victor Conti. I use them for every fight.
And with the 6 inches height advantage, do you think that'll give Tank a problem being the taller fighter?
I believe so, but Tank's a fast fighter. He got good foot movement. He got good ring IQ, and but so do I. So it's gonna be a hell of a fight.
Tell me this, Barrios. What was a plus that you took from the way Leo Santa Cruz handled Tank in the early part of the fight that you might implement when you step in the ring with him?
Santa Cruz, he showed that, Tank, he could be touched. I think, Santa Cruz just, he got a little lazy. He got careless on the inside, and, he paid the price.
Do you believe people that say Tank was taking those shots to get into position to land that big punch? Or do you think Leo Santa Cruz was actually being competitive?
No, Leo Santa Cruz is always going to be competitive, but you know, I mean, Tank. I'm thinking that fight. You know, I don't think Santa Cruz had enough, you know, to really keep him honest. So that's why, you know, he got comfortable on the inside.
So Mario, man, you know, I don't know. I've been following you since before Virgil, when it was just you and your dad. I mean, how excited are you for it? Because this is like the biggest fight on your career till date, you know? And a win over Tank, I mean, you know, people are going to laugh at me, but maybe you could be the next Canelo with a win over a guy like that. I mean, he's tied to Drake. He's tied to Mayweather. People call him the biggest fight from 126 to 140. And it's pay-per-view. So a win over Tank is huge for you, man.
No, yeah, I mean, this is, like I said, it's a huge opportunity, man. Seeing, you know, my name about to, you know, headline Showtime pay-per-view, I mean, you know, that's a dream come true. You know, that's something, you know, I've been, you know, I've thought about since I was a kid. And I mean, you know, now it's here. The opportunity is, you know, unfolding, and you know, I'm grateful. But you know,
How are you handling it, though? This is your first pay-per-view. This is the first big main event that you're part of. I mean, how are you taking it? Is it nerve-wracking, or do you hate being pulled so many different places for these press conferences? Would you rather just be in the gym? Talk to us.
Yeah, no, I mean, of course. I mean, I'd rather just be in the gym working, but you know, this is part of the business. You know, I have no problem doing this, but I mean, yeah, I mean, I do what I have to, you know, when I'm in camp, and then you know, pull to the side real quick, you know, handle this other business, and you know, get right back to work.
Now, let me ask, did you push for a press conference in San Antonio to get your fan base behind you for this fight? Because, I mean, you know, Texas is like little Mexico, right?
Yeah, no, man, I wish I was able, you know, to have, you know, some media or press, you know, back home in Texas, but you know, we weren't able to. But I mean, that's no problem. You know, I know everyone's still supporting. You know, everyone's still, you know, rooting for me, and that's more than enough.
What do your fans know? What is something that your fans don't know about you outside of the ring of boxing? You know, how did you actually get started in this sport?
My mom, actually. Yeah, she put me in, took me and my sister to the East Side Boys and Girls Club in San Antonio, and that's where, you know, me and her had started, and you know, from there it just took off.
Mario, are you going to take time out of your camp to watch the fight this weekend with Ramirez and Taylor?
Yeah,
or
no.
Are you the type to just focus on what you got going on?
No, I'm focused, but you know, I mean, I definitely I want to check out that fight. You know, we got two. I mean, you know, there's gonna be a unified champion, and you know, that's who, you know, given I'm not looking, you know, over Tank or anything, but given everything goes as planned, you know, that's, you know, the winner of that would be the person, you know, I'll be gunning for.
Who you have winning that fight?
Who do you have in that fight?
I'm leaning with Ramirez just because, you know, the pressure he puts, but you know, Taylor, you know, he's a great boxer, and you know, he can present a lot of troubles too for Ramirez.
If you're victorious in this fight with Tank, right, 140, do you believe that after the Ramirez and Taylor fight, that you might have some type of play in the game, you know, to fight for one of those titles?
Yeah, no.
Depending on how it all play out.
Yeah, I mean, depending on how everything plays out. Again, I mean, I ain't looking over this fight. You know, I'm focused, you know, just on Tank. But you know, like I said, I mean, that's the ultimate goal. You know, is to be champion. You know, unified in the division. So you know, like I said, you know, that's who I'm gonna set my eyes on after.
Since Tank is moving up, is there any pressure to get a stoppage or a knockout?
No, I don't think so. You know, if anything, I feel like the pressure's on Tank because, you know, he has to prove, you know, that he can bring that power with him, that, you know, he can handle, you know, being at 140 and being in there with the bigger fighter.
Mario, I gotta ask, man, what did you think of Jake Paul snatching Mayweather's hat like that?
Man, I haven't really been, you know, too keeping up with the circus too much, but.
But you seen that?
Yeah, no, I saw that, man. Like, you can't help but see that, you know, when it's all over everything. But I don't know, like I said, I think it's a circus, but you know, they're making their money, so I mean, I can't knock it.
Now, as the WBA regular, are you getting a rematch clause? You looking at him? This is advisor, manager? Beautiful.
Yeah, with Louis.
Did you ask for a rematch clause, or does Tank walk away with the belt if he wins?
We basically left that up to Al Heyman and my business partner Louis DeCubis, and they'll make that decision if they haven't already made it up to this point.
Barrios, how you feel about the possibility that a rematch clause may not be there?
I mean, I'm not looking at that too much. You know, again, I mean, I'm just focused on, you know, the fight that, you know, we have lined up. I'm not focused on anything else after that.
Now, you spoke about Ramirez-Taylor winner and wanting that, but do you feel that a win over Tank is bigger than a win over those two? And I feel like you beat Tank, they're going to want to fight you anyway.
I don't feel like, you know, either one of those, you know, is, you know, higher than the other win. You know, at the end, like I said, at the end of the day, you know, there's going to be a unified champion at 140. And but I mean, you know, a win over Tank, yeah, that's huge. That's huge for me.
Now, if you beat him, would you advise your manager to try and get the Ramirez winner, postal winner, or would you offer the rematch? Do you think a rematch with Tank is even bigger?
Again, I mean, you know, we just gotta see how, you know, everything plays out. But like I said, I mean, you know, fighting the unified champion at 140, that's, you know, the ultimate goal.
I like that you got goals, man. You're not just looking for the money, right? Because, I mean, those guys aren't on pay-per-view. This is pay-per-view. You upset, the next one is even bigger. So
I can say one thing about this kid. I've had him since day one, and obviously I managed Robert Guerrero, I managed Alexander Lara, I managed a lot of top fighters in the sport. And one thing I can say about this kid, not one time ever has he ever turned down an opponent. Has he ever came to me and said, well, maybe this, maybe that? Not one time. Whoever you guys put in front of me, I'm ready to fight. And that's the type of kid this is. The same, it was no different with Robert Guerrero, moving up 6 weight. He started as a 122-pounder, fought Floyd as a 147-pounder. He has the same mentality as this kid. Never question who he's going to fight, when he's going to fight, where he's going to fight. That's why, you know, we came here. They wanted to fight in Atlanta. Fine, we'll have the fight in Atlanta. So that's the type of mentality that this kid has. And that being said, I think there's no doubt that Tank is the bigger fight than Ramirez or Taylor. And from the standpoint with his knockout streak, from the standpoint of what he brings to the sport, the dynamics of the sport, you know, having guys like Odell Beckham showing up to his locker room and it's almost like a cultural icon. So from that standpoint with boxing, there's no doubt this is the bigger fight. And I think the winner of this fight goes on to be a real star in this sport.
What was your reaction? You know, let me ask you this about him being a champion. You know, he's a regular champion. You didn't suggest his hometown since he's, you know, Tank is fighting for his title.
Yeah, definitely we would like to do it in his hometown. But right now, you know, obviously, with everything that's behind him and the powers that be are behind him. And like I said, the dynamics that he brings to the sport, you know, he's already done a pay-per-view with Santa Cruz, which was in San Antonio. And what he brings to the sport, you know, sometimes those things are the way they play out, and we're going to have to do the fight here.
So
you know, maybe we can do the rematch in San Antonio.
Okay.
All right. How excited were you when you got the phone call? Because obviously you received the call before Barrios.
Really happy for the opportunity of this kid because I know how hard this kid has worked, and you know, opportunities like this, they don't come around often, and when you do, you got to take advantage of it. It was no different than when we had Lara getting the opportunity to fight Canelo, you know. So when you get those type of opportunities, you got to jump on them, and so I was really excited for the opportunity of this kid, and like I said, I feel Tank, pound for pound, is one of the best fighters in the world. I feel he's probably the most dynamic puncher right now there is in the sport, and that being said, it's a great opportunity for him.
Barrios, man, can I hear you say you gonna make them pay for picking you?
Nah, yeah, for sure, man. Like I said, I'm gonna go out there and handle my business.
All right. So how was it? Have you been in the gym with Joshua Buatsi yet?
Yeah.
Okay. How was that? You know?
Oh, it's beautiful, man. Buat's been out there a few times now, but you know, he had a, you know, a sensational performance. this past weekend on Dazn. We're all like watching from the Bay Area, and we're all very happy for him.
So you ain't get all alpha like, cause you're the last big name in that gym. Like it used to be Ward and Berto and Khan, and it's Barrio and Virgil now. It's like your gym.
Yeah. Nah, man. We anytime we're all in there, me, Buatsi, we got, the two French dudes, my brothers, Tony Yoka, Suleiman Sissoko. It's a great environment, man. We all support each other. We all push each other, because we're all working, towards, the same goal.
Now he's pretty big, but did you at least get some light work with him? Maybe work on some things with him, or he's too many pounds for you?
Nah, yeah, man. He's too big for me.
For sure, man.
Barrios, ¿qué es lo que tú esperas de esta pelea? ¿Te has preparado? Dices que es una buena oportunidad, es algo que te va a llevar a que acelere tu carrera, pero en verdad, ¿qué es tu última espera de esta pelea? De una meta o algo que nos puedas decir.
I'm getting ready for this fight. I'm just, like I said, this is the type of fight that's going to really elevate my name, and there was no negative, taking this fight. I get to show everybody this is the type of fighter I am with Tank, and I'm just excited for the opportunity.
Hey Mario, Francis all the way from Canada. I just want to know, have you thought about your ring walk yet? It's your big moment.
Yes.
Have you thought of that show that you're gonna put on for people before you get in the ring and put on the show?
Nah, man. I don't really, I don't put too much thought into all that. I put, all of my efforts, into my preparation for the fight.
Really? So you don't design your own outfits?
Nah, I design my own outfit. I'm talking about the whole ring walk and everything.
Oh, okay. So you got the outfit in mind already?
Yeah.
Barrios, if you could do me a favor, a couple combat sports for the veterans also, military combats. If you can speak to them, on the eve of your fight, just give pretty much a shout out to the military vets that's out there serving our country.
No, yeah, for sure. Shout out to all the military vets. Make sure y'all tune into this fight card. Just know you guys are very appreciated. And yeah, man, tune in June 26th. For a great night of boxing.
Appreciate that, Mario.
Mario, so all the same artists? Your tattoos? They seem themed and like they could be the same artists.
Nah, I got like three different homies that do work on me.
They look good. What do they represent?
All part of my culture. It's all Aztec, either Mayan. We good? We good? Good. Yeah, no problem.
Mario, why you ain't answer that in Spanish?
What's up?
Why you ain't answer that in Spanish?
Man, my Spanish ain't that good, bro.
Come on, man. We need those pay-per-view buys, man. You gotta say something for them in Spanish.
Sometimes,
we need them pay-per-view buys.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it. Hey, Mario, I'm going to take
Yo.
We're going to get one
All
and
right.
two.
Is that
No,
two gigs? Yo. That was good. Huh?
you got dump it?
No.
They
No,
can
it
still
just
roll?
it does like two gigs and then you just hit play again, hit record again. It's 128 gigs. Look at this guy thinking I'm bringing little stuff, yo. Switch my mic back to me now. What? So what y'all think of that, man? That's on point with the question. Shout out to you, Chauncey. Yo, I'm feeling that. I'm feeling his vest. Mario, so what's up? Where'd you get your vest from? Oh, you made it. Nice, man. No website? No website, or is it a prototype? That thing look good, man. I was feeling the vest. I don't know about y'all. He made it too. That's pretty cool, man. All right, so that's that. He's leaving, as you can see. And then we're gonna wait for Tank to come up in here. We got a super chatty. Bo and Bama says, great work, great interview. Thank you, champ. I'm just happy they got internet up in here, man. We got Silk Medusa. See, mother sucker. See, mother sucker. He says, accurate, LV. Nest controlling the room. You would think it's a one-on-one interview. Great job. Thank you, champ. Thank you. You know, I love boxing, bro. I love boxing, so it's mad easy. When it's something you love, that thing is true, man. When you're doing something you love, we gonna stalk Leonard. Leonard trying to hide from us, y'all. Mr. Ellaby, how are you, man?
Everything good?
Beautiful. Now that I've seen you, can we get 2 minutes of your time?
Go ahead.
Perfect. How are you, man? How you feeling?
Good. Everything good.
So we just found out Mario Barrios has no rematch clause. Why Atlanta, not San Antonio?
Why Atlanta? This is a hot market. I mean, obviously the first fight they had in 20-some years, big event, was the Tank Gamboa fight, and it was a who's who crowd here in this particular building, packed, sold out crowd. It was an electric event and a great performance, and the fans really enjoyed it. I mean, this is what they really need here in the city. Another big event, and we told the fans that we were coming back, and here we are.
What is it about Tank that gives you the confidence to allow him to move up 2 weight divisions to face an undefeated fighter like Mario Barrios?
Tank is a generational fighter. He has certain abilities that others don't. He's special, and it's a very dangerous fight. And I'll be the first to tell you that. It's a very dangerous fight. And because when you really think about it, if you look at the 130 weight class, and you have a lot of great fighters there. Not great fighters, a lot of good, very good fighters. Is there any other fighter that you could think of who could move from 130 to move up to fight Barrios at 140 and beat him?
From 130, the only person I would hope he hasn't proved that he can do it is Shakur Stevenson. He says he believes he'll be a welterweight, so
Yeah.
I think.
But would Top Rank put him in a fight like that right now?
Seems like Top Rank's not putting him in any type of fight.
Well, I don't want to get into that, but I'm saying that Tank is doing the unthinkable, and that's what makes him different. That's what makes him different. It's a tremendous challenge that he has lies in front of him, and I'm really excited about it.
Now, with all those fights at 130 and 135, a lot of opportunities for Tank with names like Ryan, Teofimo. At 130, we talked about Shakur, Joseph Diaz, Lomachenko. Why Barrios?
Why not? I mean, again, Tank is chasing history. When you look back at a lot of all-time greats, they went through things that other fighters haven't went through, and this is another example. Looking to be a 3-division world champion at the age of 26 years old. And again, he's chasing greatness, and those guys, all that you men, are excellent fighters, and they'll be around. I mean, Tank's looking to fight the biggest fights possible, and that's exactly what we're going to do.
I like what you're doing, so I want you to give me an answer that isn't like evasive, right? Like, you guys have made your own lane for Tank. You yourself, I think, maybe 2 years ago said Tank was the biggest fight from 130 to 140, and without fighting any of those other names, he's proven that. This is his
fact. This is a fact.
Exactly,
Yes,
but I want you to give us a little bit more. How did you know this would be, right? Because again, 2 years ago you said he was the biggest fight. Now he's not fighting none of those names, and he's still on pay-per-view. And the last one was
And
successful.
nobody else is.
And none of those other guys
Right.
Tio's trying June 19th on Triller. He's doing a pay-per-view with Cambroso.
Let's see how it turns out.
It got pushed back because you announced a big fight, Leonard. It was supposed to be June 5th.
Whose fight was on June 5th? Our fight was never on June 5th.
No.
Oh, you talking about their fight? I don't know what they're doing, and wish everybody the best of what they're doing. I'm focused on my fighters, and again, Tank is the most exciting fighter in the entire sport, and he gives the fans what they want to see.
But again, without being invasive, how'd you get him to pay-per-view status without facing any of those other names?
Because again, he's one of the biggest rising stars in the entire sport. He puts asses in the seats. He's the most exciting fighter in the entire sport. So people gravitate to that. He's this new generation of fans that we have. They love him. They love him and what he brings to the table. I mean, when you look around, it's like he's the fighter that's the most talked about, especially out of the young fighters, because again, people pay to see entertainment. You have in boxing, I love our fans, but when you have a star like Gervonta, for an example, you can't limit him to certain things. You got to think outside the box, and that's what we do. We just don't do the traditional things like most promoters do. Again, I want to see him elevate to being the biggest star in the sport, and I'm very, very confident that's going to happen in the very near future. Gervonta Davis will be the biggest star in the entire sport. That's going to happen.
Are you finding it easier to promote Gervonta Davis than your times starting off with Floyd?
Well, they're two different type of fighters, and never would compare the two. Floyd's, he's TBE, had a phenomenal career. It's Tank's time now, and Floyd's put a lot of focus on Tank and his career, and we know where we're going and what we're doing. Tank is bigger than the die-hard fans. We love our fans, but Tank is bigger than that little segment. And you have to think like that to be able to build yourself into an attraction outside of the die-hard fans if you're looking to elevate yourself and to generate record amounts of revenue. You have to think outside the box. And most fighters aren't in a position to do that or have a promoter that's able to do that for them, because when it comes to ticket sellers in the sport, who we got? Who we got? You name them. It's only a handful. And I can count them on one hand.
Mm-hmm. No, you're absolutely
and
right.
by far, he's the youngest. By far. It's not even close. It's not even close. And again, that's why he's fighting on pay-per-view. And no knock against anything. Everybody else has to kind of play catch-up. And that's understandable. But we're in our own lane, doing our own thing. To continue to try to look for ways to elevate him, to put him on platforms, to give him the exposure that he deserves. You have athletes all around the world, and he's their favorite fighter because he's the most exciting. He don't play around when he comes in the ring. He's looking to knock your fucking head off when he gets in the ring, and people are entertained by that. Boxing is entertainment.
No, the knockout ratio speaks for itself. I didn't want you to compare him to Floyd. Again, trying to answer that question, no comparison. Is it easier, though, to promote Tank?
Nothing is easy about when it comes to promoting, period. I mean, you have to be creative. You have to have the experience and the connections and understand knowing what you're doing and have a plan. We have a great team, and we working. We working and collectively, we're gonna make that young man the biggest star in the entire sport.
Leonard, some people seem to believe that was fake with Floyd. I've been covering you guys long enough. I think it was real.
Yeah,
I think that dude crossed the line, and he didn't know Floyd was going to react that way.
Yeah, I've only seen Floyd pissed, a handful of times, and since I've been knowing him ever since he was 13 years old, and that was one of the times. Floyd is big on respect. He's big on respect, and Jake disrespected him, and Floyd reacted.
Now, do you think that the disrespect went to a level where Floyd won't give him that opportunity anymore, or the rumors of Jake signing to Showtime means that we might get that Jake Mayweather fight?
We're not even. Floyd is focused on what he has to do, what's in front of him, and whatever happens down the road, it'll happen. Because all this is entertainment at the end of the day.
But it's not. The relationship isn't tainted because of that. Is what I'm trying to say.
No.
Perfect.
The kid,
perfect.
the kid, he's fine. He's just lucky that he didn't get his ass whooped. He's just lucky that didn't happen.
Speaking of that, he's pushing hard for a Tommy Fury fight. I don't know if you know Tommy Fury. He's the younger brother of Tyson Fury. Would you even can you even pick that fight, or you don't know Tommy?
No, Jake is doing his thing, and I commend him for doing his thing. I mean, he's found a way to gain attention from fans across the world, and it has put him in a situation where he's been able to generate a lot of revenue, and because he's being creative and he's thinking outside the box. So, me personally, I like shit like that. I like guys who think outside the box. So I commend him for whatever he's doing. He just crossed the line with the Floyd thing. Other than that, he's fine by me.
So you made me really happy. I think it was yesterday or the day before yesterday. I watched one of your interviews with someone, and you said that you're privy to stuff that we're not, and that the Deontay Wilder that you've seen is something no one's ever seen, and Fury isn't. Give us something more, man. Elaborate a little.
Deontay Wilder is gonna knock Tyson Fury the fuck out. I mean, the way I look at the first two fights, when you go and you do something, the first fight, obviously he had him down and we all thought he was out and he rose to the occasion. The second fight he came out, he was aggressive and, some things, it didn't go Deontay's way. But Deontay is looking at this as a, redemption, and he's looking to prove to all these fans who don't believe, that he's the top dog. He's the king of the heavyweight division. And I'm confident that he's going to be able to prove that when they step in the ring.
Now, Leonard, I know you're not messy, but entertain me. Why do you think Eddie and Bob did all this pulling of the wool over our eyes, saying that we was going to get an undisputed fight with AJ and Fury if Fury was still legally contracted to Deontay Wilder and the trilogy?
I don't know. You got to ask them that. I do know this is that, from everything from what I've seen out there in the media, that this particular process had kind of been overlooked. The process with the arbitration.
Okay.
So, I really don't have an opinion on what they were doing. That's their business, but clearly that's arbitration process was overlooked. If you're moving forward with doing other things, and then look where you're at now.
Now, some of these journalists are speculating that he can still fight because it's just civil arbitration. Any truth to that?
I can't comment on any of that. People going to say whatever they say, and that's what it's going to be.
So, going back to Tank, would he stay at 140 if he's successful?
Tank has unlimited options. And whatever he wants to do, we're going to do. If he wants to stay at 40, he can move around. That's he's chasing greatness, and he's put himself in a situation where, again, that he's the biggest attraction at 130, 135, and 140. He's the king of all those divisions, and he's the king of 140, and he even in the division, and he don't even have a belt. He ain't fought for nothing yet. But he's the biggest name in that entire division right now.
Mr. Ellerby, can I tell you something? How you doing? I'm Francis from Canada, and I'm part of Boxing Voice. And I'm on there. I get a lot of flack because I stand on my 10, and I say Tank Davis is the biggest from 130 to 135, and now 140 with him jumping division. and not
It's
to
a
hear
fact.
you say, don't you see me touch him?
Yeah, that's
Because
a
I
fact.
get crap for it. They shit on
You
me
ain't gotta get
all
crap.
the. I mean,
You
they
ain't-
give
you-
me shit for it, and I'm
You
like,
ain't gotta get
they
crap
don't
for
see
that.
it, man. I just don't
Listen,
understand.
He's gonna fight at 140 pounds for this fight right here, and if he's successful, again, he's the guy at the division. He's the cash cow. He's the guy that brings the most to the table, and that's what happens when you surround yourself with the right team and you think outside the box. He's become an attraction because he's doing the right things as far as giving the fans exactly what they want to see. And when you have that kind of ability to do that, see, when Tank steps in the ring, he's not looking to fill you out and do not. He's looking to go in there and destroy you, take your heart and soul away from the word go. He's not gonna play around. A lot of guys are looking to break you down, and he's not looking to do that. And that's what the fans love to see.
Okay, so I
Jump in, champ.
I guess I have some questions I'd like to ask you if you have some fun questions in boxing. So before a big fight, say one of Mayweather's big fight, what would be your pre-fight meal that you would have?
Me, nothing.
Nothing. See, that's another
So your
person you
stomach
heard.
wouldn't let you because of
it's
the
just
nerves?
well, it's not necessarily the nerves. It's just that it's so. See, unless you've been involved with the biggest shit ever, you wouldn't know and understand. It's like, oftentimes, believe it or not, I've been in situations where I hadn't even had a chance to like change clothes. You know, because I'm, just working up until he's about to walk into the ring. You know, like just taking care of the necessary things that we need, and so it's like it's so much goes on behind the scenes that's mind-boggling.
Beautiful. My next question would be then, so what would be your post-fight guilty pleasure? Like, I got to have it when the fight is over.
I really don't have one of them because it's like what I do after after the fight is that I always go back up to the suite and I miss everything from the after party. I don't party anyway. From the after party, the people meeting up, and I sleep for like till the next day. I just pass out. My body just shuts down because I've been up probably for almost 3 days for the Floyd fight. It's always that way. Always.
So you don't have like a sweet tooth or something that you know what I'm saying, you don't have often, but when you do have it, you consider it like a good, but not like that, huh?
No.
Something like, okay, so then my final one I want to ask you is, are you into Marvel at all? Comics? Marvel.
No.
Comics.
No.
I was going to ask you, if you were
What's your
going to be a
superpower?
superhero, what would be a superhero power? Or what would be
I
your
don't know. I like to play the back. I just like to stay out of the
Love
way.
it. See that? That's his superhero power, is to be in the background making things happen, man.
Yeah. Because when you're doing all of this and you're out front, how can you get anything done?
Right.
See, we move in silence, and we always are able. We've been able to be extremely successful because we move in silence. We working while they sleeping, and when they working, we still working. You know what I mean? So.
Some of these questions are easy to answer, so you may feel like, it's obvious, we're here. But there are detractors out there. There are Tank haters that want to say the 220 alleged pay-per-view buys that was reported for his first fight wasn't a success. To me, I look at it like, we're here doing a second pay-per-view, so it's obvious that it was successful. But please, as the CEO and the promoter of Tank, explain to us how we're here.
Because again, he has proven that he's one of the biggest attractions in the sport at such a young age. Again, when you look around at other fighters, it's extremely hard to be a ticket seller. It's extremely hard to be a ticket seller. But when you look at Tank, regardless of whether we go to the UK, went to the UK, standing room only, never been there, and who did he fight? You guys probably don't even remember who he fought.
Liam Walsh.
Okay, because you're in the game. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But again, you go to Barclays, he fights on an undercard there, who has the biggest ovation bigger than the main event. You know, the walk-up crowd. You know, you look, it was probably over 12,000 people there, and he's on the undercard. You know, you bring him back, and he's in the co-main event, Tabata Jack and James DeGale. And both of those guys, you know, excellent fighters, but everybody came to see Tank. You know, and that was the Pedraza fight. You look, we go to Baltimore, we come here, we go to LA, we're supposed to fight Mares, and he falls out, he has an eye injury or whatever, and quite naturally people thinking, oh, well, the fans out west loved him. I think we had to turn in maybe like 24 tickets. You see what I'm saying? And it's like, Tank never fought on the West Coast, you know, but he's become an attraction, and the fans, they love what they see. They love what they see. And so anywhere you take him, he's going to sell out.
Completely.
And that's how you become a pay-per-view attraction. And there's not one other the young fighter out there. They're all excellent fighters, but they are nowhere near becoming an attraction as of yet. I think they're all well on their way, and they can attain some of that success, but nowhere near the level of Tank.
Was there?
Can I go, please? Can you speak on, for those who say that Floyd bullied Tio? Did you ask that question?
I didn't.
Bullied Tio
Off the
his
date.
date.
Well, let me
speak on that a
yeah,
little
I definitely gonna speak on that. First off, Floyd don't know nothing about no fucking Tio Lopez. I mean, as it relates to what he's doing and got to do. This is Floyd Mayweather we talking about. He's been the biggest guy in the entire sport, and he holds all the records. Why would Floyd be thinking about when a young fighter is fighting or trying to do something to? Floyd don't know that.
You really want me to answer that?
No, I'm
There's a
offended.
conspiracy behind it.
Listen.
Then you give a conspiracy.
Are we going to tell them the conspiracy?
But what traditionally how this works is that when Floyd gets ready to fight, I go out and we secure about 3 to 4 dates, venues, you know, to give him some options, you know, because he's earned that right to pick and choose when he wants to fight, where he wants to fight, and who he wants to fight. And that's how it works. So somehow, some way, someone gave him some bad information. Someone gave the young fighter some bad information. And he was, from what I'm understanding, he was under the impression that we had June the 5th, we were trying to do our event on June the 5th, and he was doing his on that day. And somehow when he thought we changed our date, and he sent somehow on social media, because my team actually sent it to me, saying something about nice try Floyd, like trying to, like, I'm like, what is he talking about?
His dad was visibly upset as well too.
Yeah, it's just like, but you got to understand this, is that Floyd Mayweather is still the biggest attraction in the sport, and he's retired, okay? He's a household name around the world. He's a global star. Don't nobody even know who this young fighter is other than the diehard boxing fans and a few other people outside of them. You know, but in my opinion, he just thinks he's bigger than actually what he is at this present moment. And again, so he has he's been misinformed on how the business goes of the sport.
That's
because
where the conspiracy comes from, right?
Because in his mind, he says that if he fought Gervonta, he would be the A side because he has these belts. That shit don't mean nothing. Meaning, I'm saying, no disrespect about the belts, but I'm saying Tank is not the undisputed 30-pound champion, 35, but he's still the biggest attraction in the sport. I mean, you know, as it relates to the younger guys, etc. In Tio's case, prior to the Loma fight, had he ever even headlined a show? I'm asking you guys that question.
The Coleman
So
show
he was the B-side. He was the B-side to the Loma fight.
Yeah.
But he's a bigger attraction because he won the fight. against Tank. Okay, so are you going in the arena and selling tickets? I don't know what his next fight he's doing. He'd never been put in a situation where he's a main event to see what kind of attraction he is. But what I do know, I was in DC and I was getting ready to go somewhere, and then somebody said they had some fights down there, and I went down to the MGM, and he was fighting. And he definitely wasn't the main event, I'm sure. But the crowd was so scarce in there, nobody was even in there. Nobody was even in there. And I'm not saying that the kid can't become an attraction, because Top Rank does know how to move certain fighters in certain situations, you know. But he hadn't done anything to be talking about that he's bigger than, in his mind, he thinks he's bigger than Floyd Mayweather. And that's just the craziest shit ever.
I mean, I think he kind of, you know, we'll give you the conspiracy anyway, but I mean, you pretty much summed it up.
Floyd didn't know. Floyd didn't even know that the kid was fighting, nor does he care. You know, we handle all the other stuff, the dates, and we give Floyd options, and he decides. Nobody was trying to move him off of it. If Floyd Mayweather wants to go on 5 June, he's going to go on 5 June. I don't care who it is.
Absolutely.
Floyd wouldn't be concerned about any fighter. If he wants to go on that date or this date or that, this is what he's going to do.
A lot of the boxing public is saying that Teofimo did something that Tank didn't when the fight was supposed to happen with Tank and Loma. It didn't happen, but Teo stepped up and did
Let
it.
me clear you. No fight with Tank and Loma was never supposed to happen. Okay, so go ahead.
Floyd was on social media saying that he was going to talk to Bob Arum about that fight. You remember? He put that out there?
Yeah, I remember.
So it never happened, and the conversation never happened.
Yeah.
There probably was a conversation at some point that took place between Floyd and Todd.
And the boxing public ran with it, saying that, well, Teo stepped up and beat the guy who
But
was low.
But again, I commend him for that.
Right.
That's a great thing that he was the underdog coming into the fight, and he beat the guy they said they anointed was the #1 guy. That's a tremendous accomplishment for the young fighter.
Right.
But that don't make you an instant attraction. That's all I'm saying. That don't make you become, just because you beat the guy who a lot of them had anointed and said he was the greatest thing ever, which was never true. It's a tremendous accomplishment for him, and I commend him for that. But that don't make you to become an instant attraction. What happens again when you got to go out there on your own, and you got to put fans in the seats? We'll see what lies ahead for him. Wish him nothing but the best, though.
Leonard, switching subjects, do you think Caleb Plant and Canelo fight in September?
Can't answer that. But if and when they do fight, I love Caleb Plant in the fight.
Will you be promoting the Wilder Fury fight?
No, I'm not promoting the Wilder Fury fight.
Because didn't you guys do the Fury Ortiz? I mean, Wilder Ortiz?
Yeah.
So why?
No, I mean, we're just not promoting the fight. I mean, it's no answer, you know, but I support him 1,000%. I'm on the record with telling you what I feel is going to happen.
How strongly do you feel of the alleged date of July 24th for Allegiant Stadium?
I don't really have an opinion on that. I mean, when they do fight, I'm confident of what the result is going to be.
Do you know if there's any truth to Showtime being interested in Andrade? Demetrius Andrade?
Yeah, you got to ask Steven that question.
Do you think his profile raised after the whole Canelo back and forth?
He's a good fighter. He's a good fighter. He just needs an opportunity.
Get one. Do you know why he can't get one?
I can't speak on that. I'm not his promoter. You gotta ask Eddie Hearn that. You know, his focus seems to be on one person, and so you gotta ask him that.
What's next for Angelo Leo?
He's fighting in June. Yeah, he's fighting in June. I was getting ready to give it to you. Yeah, I was getting ready to give it to you. He's fighting in June.
Okay.
So we're going to be making an announcement about that soon.
Anybody else the public should be taking a look at on Mayweather Promotions roster? I know Badu Jack is fighting, obviously.
I got a whole roster of new young studs. Yeah, they all going to be fighting on Floyd's card. on the 6th. I got some young.
About how many would be on that card?
5.
Oh, 5.
Yeah.
What divisions?
It ranges from 26 to 54.
Why no heavyweights for Mayweather Promotions?
I just haven't found one. You just can't just go sign, you know.
It's a few Las Vegas guys. You got that guy Jeremiah Milton. You haven't seen him?
Again, it's a process with, you know, you just can't just go get somebody because they're heavyweight, you know.
What gives you the mojo to keep doing this every day after been doing it for so long? You've been to the
I really love what I do, and I love having the ability to have an impact on these young men, you know, their careers, their careers, and be able to give them the guidance and things of that nature, you know, how to go to the next level.
So, we can't give the Patreon questions because they on this phone, and he can't get them. So y'all gonna be mad because y'all wanted y'all questions answered, but I just can't. But if you are here and you ask the Patreon question, tell me now and I'll read it to him because I can't go to the post. All right? So please, if you ask the question, write it up in here and I'll just ask him now before we run out of time because he definitely gave us a lot of time. Oh yeah, good question. Leonard, shit. Are you interested in possibly signing Terrence Bud Crawford in October when the contract is over?
Bud Crawford is I've always been on the record with saying that he's the best fighter, you know, that's out there. It's always interest to sign the best. Always interest to sign the best. We would love to have him part of our stable and move forward. He's one of, you know, I think the world of Terrence Crawford. But again, he's in a promotional situation, and that's what it is. And no way I would ever interfere with anything, anybody. Would there be interest? Of course.
And hypothetically, you signed him. Do you think he needs some showcase fights so the world gets to see him? Or do you think if you signed him, it's time to go straight into the Earl fight for the super fight?
Put it this way, and history will tell you that. If you sign with Mayweather Promotions, you're getting a fucking opportunity. And you're probably gonna get more than one opportunity. That's a fact.
So Terrence, that means he could get you the Earl fight. That means he could get
Floyd
you the Earl
Mayweather
fight.
has an ability to do a lot of things that most people can't do. And I'll just kind of leave it that. But if any fighter signs with Mayweather Promotion, history will speak to that. I mean, you know, we've had fighters in the past. They hadn't necessarily been the quote unquote the top fighter in the world or whatever. But guys, we're a little different. We're a little different. You know, we believe in, you know, giving guys opportunities who have been in situations that they haven't been able to get those opportunities. You know what I mean? And you know, I'm still proud of the fact that, you know,
You turned Ishe champion.
Ishe Smith was our first world champion. You know what I mean? And I think it was 11 or 12 years prior to that, he had never even got an opportunity to fight for a world title, much less become world champion. So those are moments that are part of Mayweather Promotion history that I will always be proud of, standing in the ring. And we were all emotional, you know what I mean? And you know, from him to Badu Jack, to buying him out of his contract, you know, to putting him in a situation where he went on and he got knocked out in the first round, and then he became world champion after that, and he's fought in like 8 straight championship fights. This is all part of history. Again, guys who have been overlooked by other promoters who have signed with us have gotten opportunities. You know, and we've shown you that we know what we're doing. Again, you know, when it comes to Floyd Mayweather, I mean, he's the biggest guy ever.
People,
Ever.
the people asking, what's the toughest fight for Tank from 130 to 140?
Don't know. Ain't really thought about that. I mean, he beats them all. It's not one guy that, again. But there are certain things that styles obviously make fights. But we're not looking to put him at 47. You know what I mean? It's that, it's that any fight that we put him in, we're very confident that he's going to win the fight.
I love it.
And he's the biggest attraction from 130 to 35 to 40.
But say it again, they get mad when you say that.
But you know what? I don't care what they think.
Can I tell you why?
Yeah.
Can I tell you why? Because they're gonna say now, right, this fight, if and when, just to be respectful, Tank wins this fight, it's for the W regular title. This would be his second regular title. So they're saying Tank
Third.
He'll be chasing his third regular title. What's your take on that?
They're already saying that. They're saying he's
we don't
concern
ourselves with that. What we do, we continue to chase history and put our guys in the biggest and best situations to be that's possible. When it comes, I've been working with Floyd for over 20 some years now. And here it is. He became the biggest fighter ever.
Right.
Ever. And guess what? They still talk shit about him.
They do.
You know what I mean?
They find something.
They still talk shit. But so what I learned very early on is that you can't really concern yourself with others think. Floyd made over $1 billion in the sport of boxing, and people still say, he didn't fight this guy. He didn't fight this guy. And then
We're having a conversation.
He didn't do this. And then here it is. When you look at, unfortunately, some of the old timers who stood there and they fought these grueling fights and one after another, and they can't talk. Some of them can't walk, and they're in these situations where they can't provide for their families. Floyd made $1 billion in the sport. Walked away from the sport, healthy, with all his faculties.
You can still run down the young
and
boy
all the
Jake
money.
Paul.
If that ain't a great success story, from especially where he came from, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, and then people gonna criticize, but that's part of being on top. It just comes with the territory, but you just have to understand how to move, and our goal is to put Gervonta in that similar situation. He don't have to make $1 billion, but guess what? If he makes 400, 500.
It's risky because the fans, what happens is the fans, they complain about fighters fighting for the regular championship and calling them champions based on how the sanctioning bodies do it. So when Tank being as big as he is, it's like you can't give him a pass if you're giving somebody else a pass.
Tank don't need a pass. Tank don't need a pass. What we're gonna continue to do, we're gonna fight in the biggest fights possible and coming to places like this around the world and selling this shit out. That's exactly what we're gonna do. We're gonna fight the biggest fights possible for the most money and giving the fans globally what they want. So people can criticize that all they want to. I could give two shits less about what they say about that.
It says WBA super lightweight champion.
Mm-hmm.
Is it the regular, or is there a possibility that Tank will be elevated? Like when he beat Quellar, then he was elevated because the WBA just felt like he was the super champ.
Well,
They
again,
took the title, I think, from Machado, or they,
Again, a belt doesn't define Tank Davis, because Tank Davis is one of the biggest attractions in the sport. So whether he has a belt or don't, the belt is part of the legacy. It's part of the legacy, and he's chasing greatness. And along with that, when you become a bigger star, you continue to generate records amount of revenue, and I want to turn him into a household name. Floyd wants to do the same thing, and we're well on our way to doing that. And he's continuing to listen, and we're going to continue to put him in the best situations to be successful with winning. And we're talking about just winning in life. You know what I mean? Anytime you can come, this is his second home. And did you guys see the electric atmosphere down here? Who the fans said that he was fighting an old man in Gamboa and this and this and that. The fans were standing. They were standing. It was a knockdown, drag-out fight. Knockdown, drag-out fight. The fans they paid their money and they were highly entertained. That's what people pay to see.
Leonard,
is it on the topic? Go ahead.
I just wanted to ask, how real was the Ryan Garcia negotiation? He was out in the public saying, "Oh, I'm fighting Tank." Then, Tank kind of insinuated that maybe that fight was happening. Was it ever real? And what's
We
the
never had a negotiation. There was never a negotiation. I reached out to Golden Boy to see if we could make a fight with him, and he wasn't available. They told me he wasn't available. They had other plans. And I respect that part.
And just because of
from the business side, but from the kid side, he was just capping. He was just capping.
Just because of the history between the two separate entities, did you reach out to Gomez or Oscar?
I reached out to Golden Boy. It don't matter because there's never nothing personal with doing business.
Perfect.
I have no problem. I can make a fight with any promoter. None of this shit is personal. And to be honest, I don't really care for some of these guys. I really don't care, but I'll do business with them.
Can you confirm
That's good
or
to
deny,
hear.
Ryan Garcia, Rolando Romero?
Oh yeah.
No, that's not true.
No.
That's not true.
Rolly got a video out saying he got the fight.
Well, again. Let me put it this way. Again, Ryan Garcia is taking some time away from the sport to, for health and wellness, to get himself right. And I respect him, what he's doing with that, to becoming a better person, whatever he needs to do to get better from that standpoint. So that's Ryan's focus. Rolly has to continue on, and he's doing that. He's continuing to put himself in a situation. He's one of the most talked about young fighters that's out there, and we're going to keep it moving. We're not sitting around waiting on Ryan Garcia for anything.
So what's next for Rolly?
We're going to be announcing something soon, very soon.
Beautiful. I wanted to ask you as a promoter, right? You just said that there is no feelings in business. It's just business.
Yeah, it's not personal.
Right? It's not personal, right? So do you feel like when Bob Arum was upset when Eddie Hearn put the bid in with the Triller situation, do you think with the Tyson Fury date, he was trying to get back at Eddie Hearn because he said, "I'm going to get back at you for doing that"? Do you
I
think
don't
as a
know. You
promoter,
gotta ask Bob that.
No?
Yeah, you gotta
like a banana in the tailpipe.
Yeah, you gotta ask Bob that. I don't know.
Because usually say it's not personal, right? So
Yeah,
it,
no,
it
but I'm
seemed
just
like
saying,
you took a look.
see, from my perspective,
Right.
I can't speak.
No, from yours. I'm asking
yeah,
for yours.
from the other promoter. I don't have any issues with any promoter.
Perfect.
I'm willing to do business with any promoter out there if it makes sense for my fighter.
Right.
It has
So
to-
if that was your shoes and somebody, quote unquote, stepped on your toe, by
Do you know
But
the
see, I'm cut a
situation?
little. I'm cut a little different.
Right,
I'm-
right. So
see,
explain to the
because
people,
these
right.
guys you talking about, they ain't gonna cross me. They ain't gonna cross me because I get down a little different. I get down a little different. I'm just.
So you don't. So you saying Triller wouldn't make a purse bid on a Mayweather Promotions fight?
No, I'm not saying that because they're a new entity coming into the business. But you got to understand is that we're on another level. You're not going to be able to outsmart us. That's something that's not going to happen. You're not going to be able to outsmart us. And history will continue to show you that. History will continue to show you that. See, we're not out here doing this. You know, just talking to be talking.
Right.
We're just making shit happen. You know.
Would you say that the Rolly announcement will be equally as big as this announcement?
Anything Rolly's doing is big. Anything Rolly's doing is big. You know, because he's another exciting young fighter that we have, and I'm glad that he's part of our stable. You know. Yeah.
Would it be a recognizable opponent?
Again, anything that Rolly's doing is going to be exciting.
Evasive right here. Well, thank you, Mr. Ellaby. I'm not going to keep you for so much time. Appreciate it. Did he show up? Could that be him in the And the black one over there getting backed up. It's two, yeah, I know, that's him, right? Huh? Yeah, I think that's definitely him, but I'm about to die on a battery too, man. I gotta charge y'all up before shit get crazy. Cause I'm low. Tank wild late. He got dudes. I need a fucking.
Batteries charged. Had to change the movie.
Excuse me. Got me all in the hallway, man. Lucky I got my supercharger. So we're gonna be here for a few seconds. Once we see him come down, we're gonna go over there. Right now, I'm using no mic. This is the mic of the phone, so audio probably sound a little bit different. But yeah, it's been a great live, man. Shout out to all of y'all tuning in. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. It'll help with the visibility of the show. And it's gonna let other boxing fans know that we out here, we rocking, man. Oh shit, the mask fell. The mask done fell, man. Uh-oh, he got hit. He know where it's at now. They coming. They coming. Way to be out there, Ness. Working. Eliezer. Ooh, killing that. I'm gonna go with Feliciano. Shout out to you. Thank you. Appreciate it. Appreciate it, bruv. Let me see if I can see my battery. Why? We ain't doing that bad. We had 19%. It's getting juiced up real good. I mean, I'm gonna give you that view. So y'all can see him come down. Oh, there go Doyen. Doyen.
We working, man. We working, man. It's another day, though.
Baldy. Shout out to Baldy.
Another day,
Yo, I apologize, man. We don't, yo, why you can't see the, yo, ask him why he can't see the Patreon questions.
Can't see the Patreon questions.
I can't record with this phone and see the questions, man.
Yeah, I think Tank's in the building, man. Been waiting.
Been in the building, bro. What time is it?
8:28, man. Yeah. Almost an hour and a half.
Bruh, we been here already.
Yeah, my man. Barrios
We got here at
said it's like
1:30.
an hour.
We got here at 1:30, yo. We got here at 1:30.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, that's the ring, man. AT&T Arena, man. Y'all want a little tours? I'm gonna unplug. I'm going back. Audio. Hold up. Yeah. This where it's going down at State Farm. State Farm. To the thousands watching and the millions around the world, I introduce to you D. Michaels. See? All right. Move over here. Service bad over there. All right. Ladies and gents, what's up? We're here with first name.
Michael Harris.
Michael Harris. And we got hip to you because of our good friend Matt Truck went to train in your gym for a little while, and we got put on you. You 3-0, 3 KOs, right? Yeah. And what division you fight
I fought at 130.
110.
Yeah.
Yo, biceps serious, man. You lean, man.
Yeah, everybody say that.
So how long you been fighting?
I've been boxing 5 years.
Okay. How old are you?
24.
24.
Yeah. I had my first 2
hairline
fights
on
Gervonta.
point. You just got a haircut.
Yeah, I just got a cut.
He just got a cut, yo. Yeah, looking sharp, man. You in the A, man. So what brings you to the press conference?
I fought here.
I know, but what brings you to today's press conference?
Oh, I was invited.
Okay, who invited? Tank Bro Drive?
Yeah, those my people.
That's what's up, man. So, possible sparring partner?
I sparred with him before.
Because
but
you tall, man. Barrios pretty
I
tall.
don't know, possible. I have to ask him. I just got out of camp with Shakur Stevenson recently. So yeah,
You know, that's the super
back
fight I want.
a couple days ago.
Do you want that, being as though you know both of them? Do you like think about that? Like, damn, I wonder if Tank
Man,
can
actually,
show
when I was sparring Shakur, I was thinking about that, man. That's gonna be an interesting fight.
Super.
Man, you got power versus smartness, skill. I mean, Tank got that too, but I don't know, man. It's gonna be an amazing fight.
Uh-oh, here he come, man. I don't know if you want to go say what up to your boy, but give me your social media for anybody who isn't following can do so.
Oh yeah, definitely. You can follow me at DeMichael DeMichael. So
Alright.
that's on the ground. Hey, looking out.
When's your next fight?
I was supposed to fight in July. It might be on Thriller.
On Thriller?
Yeah.
Damn, who's your manager?
Peter Khan.
It might be on Triller. It's on Triller, y'all. Shout out to Michael. I ain't know that. See, good bumping into you, man. You on Triller for sure. Shout out to Peter Khan, man. Appreciate you, man. Get that social media one more time.
Yeah, social media, Instagram, DeMichael, DeMichael.
All right, brother.
4-0
Thank you.
coming up.
Here we go, 4-0. So Tank is here, man. I'm going to go ahead and unplug off this wall. We got all the juice we going to get, and we going to run up here and see what's what. Damn, the Michaels might be small on him.
When you did the weigh-in, you had an issue with your weight when you back in Atlanta. How do you plan on maintaining weight this time?
Did I bring weight last time?
Yeah, you did.
So now facing Barrios, how long did you have Barrios on your list? You know, he following your undercard when you was in Texas. How long did you and your team think about stepping up to 140 and facing it?
I mean, even like now in the gym, I always spar bigger guys. Like even when I'm preparing for my fights, it's always bigger guys. Like people my size can't deal with my power, so it's just another day in the gym, for me.
Why was it so important to have this fight in Atlanta, the fight here?
I love it, man. I've been coming here since I was, I want to say like 19, so I felt like Atlanta always welcomed me with open arms. So I seen the crowd last time before they first came boy, and I wanted to come back.
That's up. We love you here.
Tank, we saw at the last fight, you had a little baby accompany you out to the ring. Do you have any plans of having somebody accompany you this time? And what have you been listening to as you're training and getting prepared for the fight?
I don't know who I have just yet. I'm still working on it, but as far as in camp, I listen to a little bit of everybody.
There's been news out here, Tank, you get past Barrios, which we plan on, you going in there performing like you always do. Do you plan on getting the winner of Ramirez and Taylor, if that is your objective?
I'm not even thinking about it.
Okay. So that was false information.
He has a tough-ass fight in front of him.
Correct.
On June 26th. Barrios is no joke.
Yeah.
No joke.
What do you see of his challenge in facing Barrios besides his height and his reach?
Say that again?
What do you see as his challenge moving up to 140, facing Barrios, who's a much taller fighter, has reach on him?
It's a dangerous fight. I mean, let's call it what it is. I mean, this man, he's chasing history. He's moving from 130 to all the way to 140. And when you look at that division, there's a lot of very good fighters out there. There's not one fighter that you can name in that division who could do what he's doing. There's not one fighter at 130 could make that jump right now and fight Mario Barrios like Tank is doing. Again, Tank is setting himself apart from all of his peers. He's one of the biggest attractions in the sport already. He's one of the best fighters already in the sport. and he's looking to just continue to grow as a fighter and continue to build his legacy.
Remember, you said yourself in the media that you wasn't really on board with this fight.
No, I just keep it 100. You know, it's a dangerous fight. It's not something that I would say, let's go do that. He wanted to do it, and me and Floyd and Al, we support him 1,000% in what he does, and we believe in his ability. But let's call it what it is. Mario Barrios is no joke. He's no joke. He's a big 140-pounder. He's super tall. He has great reach, and so Tank's got to find a way to figure that out, which I'm confident that he will get it done, but it won't be easy.
Tank, do you agree with Leonard that this fight is that dangerous?
Yeah,
For you, though.
It's definitely dangerous because I'm giving up height and arm reach. So he's coming in. He's normally he fight at 140. I don't fight at 140, you know. So and he's coming down. You got to think about it. If he fight 140, he's probably walking around higher than that. So I'm actually, you know, a smaller guy. So I definitely think it's a dangerous fight. That's why, you know, we're taking the fight.
Now, are you taking it because he's similar to Jose Pedraza and you're comfortable in terms of the height and the reach, or you think Barrios is taller?
Yeah, Barrios is way taller, and
yeah.
reach is way longer. Yeah, he's definitely taller, much taller.
If you had a choice, which rapper would accompany you to this fight?
Huh?
Which Atlanta rapper would accompany you to this fight? If you had a choice.
Huh?
Which Atlanta rapper would accompany you to this fight? Like if you had, accompany you, like walking down the ring to the fight.
Right.
Speaking of rappers, what's your message to Casanova? I know he's going through a lot of legal trouble.
Free cash.
Is that it?
That was fast.
Free that guy.
What's up, boy? I'm good. Are we ever gonna bury the hatchet, or are you gonna hate me for the rest of your life? You don't work with me either. So, you know, it would be better. It would be better if you didn't hate me and we was able to work together.
I don't hate you, bro. I don't hate anybody.
You know, I say hate because I've been
Okay, well, that's not me sabotage. I'm not really doing that much.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. No problem. Well, we got Barrios here. Barrios. So tell me about the jacket. How can I get one is what I'm saying.
Gotta make your own, dog.
You gotta start selling them things.
And then they'll do a face on the end.
No, the homie Barrios. Yo, Barrios looking like he really about this local forever. He got the dress pants with the black socks.
Where's Greg? Is he around? Good to go. You ready? Everybody ready? Okay, here we go. Well, good afternoon, everybody. I want to welcome you to the official kickoff press conference for Davis versus Barrios on Showtime pay-per-view. I'm Brian Custer, the host of Showtime Championship Boxing, and as the temperature starts to heat up, spring and summer, so too will the action inside the ring. At Showtime Championship Boxing, we are committed to delivering fight fans high stakes, meaningful world championship fights. And that's what we're bringing. Saturday, June 26th, here to the A, in the award-winning State Farm Arena on Showtime pay-per-view. And it all starts at 9 p.m. Eastern. That is 6 o'clock Pacific time, as two explosive young champions are chasing greatness. You've got the four-time world champion, Gervonta Tank Davis, looking to seek another title in a third weight division against the unbeaten El Azteca Warrior, the super lightweight champion, Mario Barrios. It will headline a Showtime pay-per-view event. Here from this award-winning venue, there will be 4 fights on this card. Co-featured, former Unified Champion Jason Rosario taking on the Hammer, Erickson Lubin. You also see former Unified Champion Julian J. Rock Williams making his return to the ring as well. This event is being brought to you by Premier Boxing Champions. It's being promoted by TGV Promotions, GTD Promotions, and of course Mayweather Promotions. Now, I know what you want to know, tickets. Well, tickets go live on sale Friday, that's tomorrow, 10 a.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Eastern, and they can also be purchased at Ticketmaster.com. Want to acknowledge some people who are here because we came here a year and a half ago and they always made our stay here A+, first class. Certainly the general manager of this award-winning facility, Mr. Trey Fazell, thank you. The president, CEO of the Atlanta Hawks, Steve Koonin, and of course, Mr. Andrew Saltzman. Thank you so much for everything you guys have done to make this venue one of the best in the world. You might remember we were here just a year and a half ago when Tank put his 135 title on the line against Yorkis Gamboa here at this venue. And listen, we here at Showtime Pay-Per-View are looking forward to our return here to Hotlanta. Get your tickets fast because that place sold out quickly last time. So, before I introduce here the combatants, let me bring up the promoter and the CEO of Mayweather Promotions, Mr. Leonard Ellerman.
Thank you, Brian. I'd like to thank everyone for coming out. On behalf of Mayweather Promotions, we're extremely excited about coming back to this great city of Atlanta. This will be a tremendous event. This is a must-see event between two young, undefeated champions who are looking to go out there and give the fans nothing but excitement on June the 26th. So again, this is a must-see event. When it gets no bigger than coming back to Atlanta, Black Hollywood, we expect it to be a packed, sold-out event with a who's who crowd. And again, this is so great for the great city of Atlanta, and we're extremely excited for coming back here. And thank you for welcoming us back. Thank you.
Thank you, Leonard. Before I introduce the fighters, I certainly want to introduce the people who are in their camps. We'll start with the champion here. Both of these guys obviously champions, but Mario Barrios, WBA champion. Got a great trainer in Virgil Hunter, but his manager, Bob Santos, who is here. Want to acknowledge Bob. Thank you for being with us. With Tank, you know, Tank has a trainer who, for most of us, we know him as Cuddy from The Wire. But I tell you what, along with Kenny Ellis, his trainer and Kenny have saved hundreds of kids' lives from the west side of Baltimore with the work they've done at the Upton Boxing Center, training, keeping those kids off the streets and turning many of them into champions. Calvin Ford, who was here, appreciate you being here as well. Now let's meet the fighters. And if you would, guys, just give us a word about this fight, your opponent, how camp is going. We'll start with the WBA champion. 26-0, 17 knockouts. You know, if you look at his last 10 fights, this guy stopped 8 of those opponents. He's known as El Azteca. He's from San Antonio, Texas. He is Mario Barrios.
How's everybody doing? First of all, man, I want to say thank you to everybody who's here right now. Man, this is a huge opportunity for me. This is a big fight. It's exciting. Me and Tank are both undefeated fighters. Neither one of us wants to lose our O, but someone has to, and I'm gonna do whatever it takes, to make sure that's not me. Camp has been great in the Bay Area with Virgil Hunter. He couldn't be here, but I have Bob here with me, and I'm excited. I do all my talking in the ring, and come June 26th, I'm gonna continue to show everybody, how great I am.
Thank you, champ. And now the other champ, Tank, 4-time world champion. He's got one of the highest knockout percentages in boxing, 95%. 24-0 as well. 23 have come by knockout, including 15 straight. You can also add knockout of the year. Last year against Leo Santa Cruz, he is Gervonta Tank Davis.
First, I want to thank God. I want to thank, my promoter, Floyd Mayweather, and Leonard Enderby, the whole Mayweather promotion staff, Al Heyman, Showtime, and all the other promoters that's making this big fight, come true and things like that. So, but camp been great for me. We working each and every day. We know that Barrios is a bigger guy. He can punch and things like that. So we've been working each and every day just to, know that we going up against a big task and things like that. So I'm ready. We always had challenges in life, and that's what make you strong. So this just another challenge that I have in my role of success. So I'm ready to walk through it and keep it pushing.
Let's talk about the fight, guys. Tank, we'll start with you. I think last time we saw you fight, last time we talked, you were saying, hey, look, I think going forward, probably me fighting at 130, 135, staying around there. Yet all of a sudden, hey, Leonard Enderby, your promoter, says, quote, this is a fight I do not like. He came to me and Al Heyman saying this is what he wants to do. So you're moving up to 140 to take on Mario Barrios. Tell us why.
As far as, we saying it's a dangerous fight. We know it's a dangerous fight, but we all know that I'm a dog. And Leonard know that. So if he felt like, that it was really, it's tough, but it's like you have a young, I don't want to say killer, but you have a young killer, things like that. So it's like he can hold his own. I always was. It don't matter who came in the ring with me. I always held my own. So we just got to see, June the 26th, he's coming with power, and we know for sure I'm coming with power. So may the best man win.
And tell me why. What made you say, I'm going up 2 weight divisions? Last time we saw you were at 130. What made you say, I'm going to jump 2 weight divisions and go to 140 and take on the champion?
I feel as though, I want to be great, and everybody at 135, they had scheduled fights and things like that. So I feel as though, to be the best, you got to beat the best. So here we here.
Mario? So you were on the PBC podcast, and you said, quote, I believe they made a mistake with me, end quote. Tell us what you meant.
I just mean, you know, like Tank, he's jumping up 2 weight classes. You know, he's doing something a lot of great fighters, you know, have done. But, you know, like how he said, this isn't an easy fight for him. And but I mean, he's gonna find that out on June 26th.
And what is he going to find out specifically on that night?
He's gonna find out, you know, what it's like to be in the ring with El Azteca.
What did that mean?
Warrior. It's a warrior.
You'll find out.
Warrior, yeah. Mario, you know, I was reading some information about this fight, and one reporter said they looked at it, and maybe Tank said, hey, look, when you look at 140, he's probably the youngest, and they believe out of all of the champions, the one that's right for the pickings. What do you say to that?
I don't gotta say, you know, much to that. You know, like I said, I mean, I have confidence in my preparation, and you know, we're gonna make sure, you know, I'm more than ready to come fight night. You know, we're expecting, you know, to fight the best version of Tank that anybody has seen, and you know, it's gonna be a war.
Tank is a man who's got a 5-inch height advantage, reach. He's got some pop, as you talked about. How much of a concern is there that you think maybe my power won't carry to this guy, especially when he rehydrates to be over 150 or so fight night?
You better not come over 150. But it come with the game, man. This what we do. This boxing. You know, even if he come in heavy, come in small, it really doesn't matter. You know, my goal is, you know, to break him down. You know, and you know, if I can get him out of there, get him out of there. You know, but if it go 12 rounds, then so be it. You know, we know he's big, he's strong, and he never faced nobody like me though. So he need to be worrying about facing, you know, Gervonta, Tank Davis, not the rest of his opponents.
Mario, do you think when you look at this fight, is it your height, reach, or do you think your power? Which one will be the difference on June 26th?
I think just my overall ability as a fighter. You know, I can switch it up, but you know, we know Tank is a very versatile fighter as well. That's what I'm saying. You know, this is going to be, you know, a great night of boxing. This is a mega fight. You know.
Tank, it seems like every time we have you on and I talk to you or Calvin, you know, after the fight, you guys always say the same thing. You know you haven't seen my whole arsenal yet. You guys always say that. You haven't seen my full arsenal yet. Is this a fight because of his height, because of his reach, and because he has pop? Is this the fight where we see everything that's in Tank's toolbox?
We just gotta wait and see. You know, it comes with like different opponents bring out different sides of you. So I don't know yet. I just gotta wait, and we gotta wait and see what, you know, what he brings to the table come fight night, and we gotta capitalize off it.
Mario, what can you guarantee to the people of Atlanta who come out to this venue and who tune in to Showtime pay-per-view? What can you guarantee that they are going to see in you and that they are going to get in this fight June 26th?
You're going to see, you know, a very action-packed fight, you know, a very exciting fight, you know, from the both of us. And like I said, I mean, the best man is going to walk away victorious. But like I said, you know, I'm going to do whatever it takes, you know, to make sure that's me.
Tank, same question to you. For the people who come out here to this venue, they turn on Showtime pay-per-view, what can you guarantee they're going to get June 26th?
Like all the rest of my fight, action pack fight. Don't get no popcorn because at any moment it could be over. You know, it's gonna be exciting. I bring what boxing need, and that's excitement. So that's why I think that I keep coming back, and they keep inviting me back and things like that. So we all know when I fight is action. It's never calm fight. I'm always ready to. I'm always in it to break my opponent down. So that's why I'm always from first to the 12th round. Well, they don't go 12, but I just keep coming. So it's gonna be an action pack fight. So I'm ready.
Last question. This is the same question for both of you. Mario, obviously Josh Taylor and Jose Ramirez are meeting this weekend to become undisputed at 140. Do you see yourself staying at this weight and after this fight trying to fight the winner of that one?
I would love a fight with either one of them, but right now the only name that I'm worried about is Gervonta Davis, and it's gonna stay that way until June 26th.
Tank, same question. You're victorious at 140. Obviously, Taylor Ramirez would be right there. After this fight, could you see yourself staying at 140 and fighting them to become undisputed champ at 140?
We know the big picture is Barrios, so but our main focus is him, but in the future, I didn't know they was fighting. And, but I'm all for it. If it's a great opportunity, my team with it, I'm all for it. I'm a team player.
Folks, June 26th, it is on Showtime pay-per-view. You got two unbeaten champions chasing greatness. Tickets go on sale Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern. You can get them at Ticketmaster.com. And don't forget, you can see the fight. 4-fight card on Showtime pay-per-view. Gervonta Davis versus Mario Barrios. Gentlemen, we're going to have you face off here for the media.
No. Look out. Down here, down here.
Right here.
Right here, guys, straight ahead.
Hey Mario, I got you. Hey, the guy I was trying to call your name. He's not here.
Right there.
Hey, everybody go downstairs? We going down?
We're going to the gay strip club.
They blocked it up. They blocked it up.
Damian Bromwell, can you come to the stage, please? Damian Bromwell.
Right here, Tim.
Alrighty then. John. What up, brother? Oh, man. done? Is it a wrap?
They gone down there?
Well, I'm like this. Once the contract slide past my desk, my job is to get them ready for anything.
All right.
I don't get into the fight because the way Tank is built tough. You get what I'm saying? You know, he's built tough. He's seen a lot of things in his life. So again, you know, he's been groomed for this. He's been actually groomed for this. You know, if you really pay attention to his life and look at what's going on in the team he got around with him, it's just him, just making sure that he stay focused on what his job is.
Just like you've seen contracts come across your desk, you've also seen a lot of boxes in your lifetime. What do you do to keep Tank Davis focused?
Well, right now, what I learned from my previous, let him be him. You know what I'm saying? Nobody gave us a manual how to be a man. You know what I'm saying? So he's going to go through his ups and downs. It's just the key to him learning from his ups and downs.
I know you mentioned Barrios. He better not say the knockout. How do you see this prediction going, though?
Oh,
being that Tank is a knockout artist.
I can't give that up. You get what I'm saying? Because Virgil, I know he's watching. He's real good at what he's doing. You get what I'm saying? But just watch the fight. It's going to be a beautiful fight. You get what I'm saying? Because I'm still looking for that opponent that's going to bring the best out of Tank. Nobody brought the best out of him yet.
Is he going to have any training camp down here in Atlanta or no?
Well, we're working on a lot of stuff right now. Right now, we're just dealing with this fight. We're just trying to get past this fight and see what's going to happen and whatnot. Because he's working on doing a gym down here. It's a lot of stuff he's working on. You know, we talk about doing it like that. But right now, I want him to chase this greatness.
Okay, for sure.
Coach, Leonard has been open about not winning this fight, well, supporting Tank, but not necessarily.
No, he's right.
How do you feel about it?
Me, I look at it like this. When a contract comes past my desk, and that's the fight, you know what I'm saying? My job is to prepare him for the fight. And you know, every fight that we've been into, he's been prepared for it. But again, we going up into somebody else's house. Undefeated champion, been holding the belt down for a while, a bigger guy, you know, so I just have to just see what he brings that night, because we gonna make the adjustments, you know what I'm saying? And you know, I'm looking at, he got a good trainer. It's about the minds for this, but it's gonna see which fighter produce.
Right. Now, we've seen a lot of champions go up and come back down and not be as great as they was when they went up. How do you feel? Do you want him to stay up there, or are you going to look at how he looks?
I want him to do what's best for him. You know, right now, all the guys that say they want to fight Tank at different weights, they got fights, you know what I'm saying? They say they want to do this. I don't go through none of that. I look and see which one going to sign the paper, which one going to distinguish their belt and make moves. That's what it's all about. You know what I'm saying? Tank's been doing it. He's been doing it, but he never get the recognition of it. You know what I'm saying? They push a lot of the fighters through to make them great. You know what I'm saying? But Tank putting in work. He's putting in work. And when a joker putting in work, you got to give him his respect.
Coach, man, so why Mario
What's up,
Barrios?
dude?
How you doing? Why Mario Barrios instead of like Shakur, Joseph Diaz, people at 130? Because he gave his answer to 135.
Let me explain something to him. Shakur and Tank grew up together. You know what I'm saying? It's not time for that right now. You know what I'm saying? Shakur got to go through his transition. Let's really look at what people have been doing. Tank came in the game, you know what I'm saying, 16-0. Did the same thing they did. For the undefeated champion, again, nobody didn't even know Tank Davis, but everybody in the amateur world knew who he was. You get what I'm saying? So they got to pave their way too. When it's time for that to happen, it's going to happen.
So you don't think the Joseph Diaz fight was good because he lost the belt on the scales? Like, why was he not an out? He's also Mexican and an Olympian.
Well, again, that's not my decision.
So you're saying Barrios, the only name came on your desk?
When the contract was signed, they here. Look at all this. They here.
So that was the only name you got?
That's it. You know, I thought we was gonna fight. What's his name? I call him Cloud Chaser. There you go. They made the fight. Ryan was on Mike Tyson joint, but my partner Kenny told me like, yo, for real, he really don't want that fight. Go back and look at that tape when he was at Mike talking all that trash. He sit down and put his hand over his head like, what the fuck I just did? You know what I'm saying? Then he came back and said he was going to fight Pacquiao. Pacquiao never said it. You know what I'm saying? Then he came back and said he was going to fight Turner. Come on, man. I watched his numbers. It went up. Great job, all right? Great job.
I know you answered already and said whatever's best for Tank, but as a trainer, you know your fighter. Do you want him gaining 10 pounds and fighting at a heavier division?
Do I sit around and wait around for them guys to get finished their fight and gain more weight or fight somebody right now? Come on, it's business, man.
No, I know, but this is a right now fight.
Huh.
But do you want him to stay at 140?
It's based on what the team said for us the time who signed the contract. Come on, nothing ain't gonna happen until you see it written on what you call it. Deals is being made behind the deals.
What's your goal for Tank? When you first started out of him, you know, we all seen the videos how little he was. What was the goal in your mind for him?
Well, when we first started this, man, we didn't expect this. Right now, we was just saving lives, man. You know, my son told Tank, stay with my dad, you're gonna be okay. Tank saved my life, so I don't go left. So now, when I used to travel all over the country, taking him to different tournaments and stuff, he taking me all over the world. You know, so it's vice versa. I always believe in this. Everything that comes through our way is not my work, it's God's work.
Father becomes the son becomes the father.
I wanted to ask you a question, just changing the subject real quick. You were in the corner of DeMar Nicholson, correct?
Yes.
Give us a little insight of that fight from your standpoint. Man.
Great fight. The kid got clapped. He got it. I can't take it. Mental mistakes that we made on our part, the fighter, try to. But I look at it that DeMar did great. It gave him what we want, his name out there. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know that kid had that tremendous power. You know what I'm saying? Which he did. He did. He definitely had.
Can you confirm or deny the rumor that DeMar was knocked out a week before
Oh,
versus
hell no.
Gervonta Ennis in sparring?
No, that was great work. Great work. I was in his corner.
He didn't get a little buzz, had to stop,
No buzz.
he didn't go to sleep.
Ron liked it, that work. He was like this, man, I needed that. You know what I'm saying? Because he had to get hit. DeMar was hitting him with some shot, bigger guy. But when I seen him, I had my things. Now, he ain't ready for certain guys, man. He's ready for all of them.
Who, Jerron?
Yes.
So you think he could beat a Crawford and the Earl right now?
I think he can. I think, how would I sit there say? Fights are different versus sparring, but he can get in there with them, from what I seen.
Now, what you seen in that fight with Lipinets, you don't think that some of these elite guys can hit him with them same shot Lipinets was hitting him? And
It's different.
do a
If you
little
go,
more damage?
if you study in boxing, if you look at the great ones that was knocking out everything, knockouts start disappearing and start winning on points because they do sharp fighters. You know what I'm saying? That's just like this situation. I got a young champion, bigger weight. You know what I'm saying? We stepping up to the challenge. You always hear everybody except say they gonna fight Tank, but are they doing what Tank do? Go look at what he's actually doing. You know what I'm saying?
It's different.
You go look at Romachenko, go look at Gary Russ, go look at them. What do they really did that can make people go,
Calvin, you ain't serious right now. don't do that, Calvin. Lomachenko moved up just like Tank.
He did,
Three
but
divisions.
he was in a better situation.
But he moved up. Don't say what they doing. They did that already. And he unified. Tank got to unify. He ain't unified yet.
We ain't had an opportunity. We ain't been in position. It's position.
The way Leonard Ellaby says it, Tank's the biggest name from 130 to 140. He offered the opportunity.
But it's based on the people behind the scenes to make that decision. Come on, let's be real. You know boxing.
You mean to make the decision whether or not the fight goes forward?
The behind the scenes that sit down at them tables and negotiate and make them moves. You get what I'm saying? This money being spent before that fight even happened, before we even get a whiff of it. And you know that.
You had to be a little bit tight that Tio did that to Loma, a guy that was kind of like, how you call it? Like, him and Tank was collision course.
No.
Tank and him, that was like the fight.
I agree with you, but if you watch the fight, Momo started late.
He did.
It happened. Don't know what reason, what happened. Money blew up. Just
But
like
what
we
I'm
just.
saying is, you had to be a little bit like, damn, we could have did that. Like that was our one to take.
Again, I'm looking at the roadmap, and I'm looking at the fight. Perfect. Same camp, same what you call. I could put you in a situation with the man. It was meant like he was supposed to win that fight, but it didn't go that way. But I said that a long time ago. I said, as soon as Lomo stand in front of somebody that's younger, faster, and whatnot, it's not going to be the same. But when I looked at the end of the fight, he just started late.
started putting on later on.
Yeah, he started
Give
late.
me your expertise on the new clips surfacing of Wilder. What you think of them clips with Malik Scott? You had the time or you been too busy?
I've been peeping at the new trainer that he had. I've been peeping at it, again.
Do you see anything there?
It's hard to tell unless you see it in sparring, unless you see it in the
But
fight.
based off that footage, you see something though. You
I see that he's
something.
changing some of the things where he probably wasn't doing at first. I can say that. I can say that, but again,
I see better balance. Am I
no,
off?
no. I'm saying that. I'm saying it because they changing stuff that he wasn't doing before.
Yeah.
I agree with y'all on that. You know what I'm saying? But that's what they showing me. But again, that's translating from me standing there working coast to coast within the ring.
Is it translating to sparring?
You know what I'm saying? If I start saying in sparring, hopefully I would see it where? In the fight.
I wanted to ask
Can
you
you
a question.
think of somebody, like if you was in that camp, who could you think of to bring in for sparring, to replicate Fury? Or, no one person could replicate anybody, but
See,
who would you bring
our
in?
coaching methods are different. You know what I'm saying? Because I always believe putting the fighter in a situation so he can have that same feeling that he have in the fight.
That means tough sparring.
Ooh. Huh.
So
My job is I'm gonna break you. Sometimes I get in the other sparring partner corner and coach against my kid.
Just so you can get the best work out of them.
No, because I'm trying to push his ass. Yesterday, take their 15 rounds. Didn't even ask for it, but it was great work. Great work. So that lets me 15 rounds.
when is too much too much?
Well, right now, because I want to see where he was really at, because I'm going against a young stunner. And I like what I see. I
Ain't it
like.
early? You got a
No,
whole
it's not
month.
early. It's not early because I cut stuff off. Sometimes I might tell you go in the ring and do 2 rounds. I do stuff like that. My method is different.
Calvin, talking about tough sparring, what have you heard about Tank versus Brian Norman in that sparring session? I know they did 20 rounds, no clock. Did Tank come back and talk to you about that sparring?
Nah, he didn't.
20 rounds.
Yeah, no clock. They said it was a war.
No, that's old school stuff. That's nothing new. That's just like running.
Can you tell us about Chuck Simpson? What is he
Oh,
got
he in the
coming
gym
up
with
next?
his brother.
Nice.
He in the gym with his brother. All you know is I keep all my boys with me. I'm waiting for Malik Warren to come down. Ice, he still had a newborn right now. Ice would have been perfect for Tank to be in the ring with, but I got another kid named Monzo. You know what I'm saying? He weighed 180. You know what I'm saying?
What's his first name? I think I know him.
He's an African guy. His name is Monzo. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Leonard seen him like, where the fuck he come from? So, we just give Tank different looks. I don't never let him know what's coming in the gym.
Coach, man, I gotta ask because heavyweight Cassius Chaney, that's my boy.
That's
What
my
happened?
man. Business again. It's all about business. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't leave Baltimore because if I leave Baltimore, and Tank get on me right there, Floyd said something to me about it, it'll crush a lot of young kids' lives. So I got to figure it out how to be in Baltimore and be somewhere else too.
So it wasn't about sparring because I figured like that's your only heavyweight. It might have been hard to get. him
No,
to work.
sometimes it is. Because I got another heavyweight. I got heavyweights I just don't. I got people in the gym I don't tell people I train until it's time for the world to see it. Because I'm working on stuff. I'm old school. I'm like 36 Chambers. If y'all familiar with that.
Wu-Tang?
There you go.
Corniest group in America.
No, it wasn't that.
Jay-Z fan.
See, I'm not
I'm
talking
messing
about.
with you.
I'm not talking about the singing group.
Nah,
I'm
messing
talking
with
back when we used to watch karate and stuff like that.
Yeah.
No, see,
Into the chamber.
Yeah, into the chamber. You know what I'm saying? It's never a dull moment.
Yo, so we had Cassius on the show yesterday. He got 2 offers for Mike Polite Crawford.
Did he? Wow.
What if you was in the corner? Would you have took those?
I like fighting, man.
But do you like Mike? Fighting Mike? That's a big boy.
That's a big boy, yeah.
286 and solid.
I mean, again, like Tank said, you got to beat somebody to beat somebody.
Dang, that's the truth.
Coach, do you see anybody beating Canelo right now?
I just want to see Canelo fight some of the young great names that's out there too.
Give me 1 or 2 names you can think of off the top.
Well, I'm not gonna say Andrade because that's a good friend of mine. I'm gonna say the Charlo boys.
Wait. Why wouldn't you put Andre's name?
Because that's my friend. I mean, he's already.
But he's your friend. Don't you want to see him get paid?
Listen to what I'm saying. He's already making that announcement. And what's his name told him already to go ahead, right? So that's telling me he don't want to what? Fight him, right? So I just want to see him fight to make his legacy the way it's going to be, to fight some of them younger guys. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's all.
So what would you say for you? Sorry, I'm on it now. What would you say for you? Advice that could get Boo a big fight. Like you need to get Boo a big fight.
Keep doing what he's doing.
Yeah.
Paul Williams, before he fought my man, he was in my gym training, and I said, "Yo, if you really want to fight, go to him and say, man, can I fight you? You can pay me less money." And guess what happened? It happened.
That was for the Canelo fight.
No, that was for Paul Williams and Margarito.
Okay.
And it happened. And he, to this day, he can vouch on that.
I guess that's why
So you
in
gotta
that post fight he tried to get the Floyd fight same way, but that ain't never happened.
You know, if you go back and look at the old heads back in the day, they embarrass you, did stuff to you to make say,
Mosley
hold
got
it.
in the ring. I keep telling these dudes, Laura went to Canelo press conference. You know, like you gotta.
Like when Bob Arns said something to Terrence that you don't promote yourself. You gotta let it. I'm that nigga. If you do that, it's gonna make other people that don't watch boxing be interested in boxing.
That's the beauty of Tank, man. He's outside of boxing, man. A lot of people pay attention to him.
He's been built for this since day one. We grew up in front of the TV. I'm gonna tell y'all a secret. When we won that first championship, man, I wasn't even there. Guess where I was at? I was home watching TV, watching my kid work.
But wow.
Huh? I'm just telling you that, you know, it's a dream. Coaches got a dream. Everybody don't understand. Each one of us got goals. Like, you got goals of what y'all doing.
Yeah.
And we trying to reach that top. Same thing here. So when we looking at the great ones, the floors and all that stuff, we trying to reach that, you know?
But why was you home? I ain't asking why
Because
you was home.
I would never thought I would be in that situation. Fighting for a world title that quick. You know how long some people get to get there? You know what I'm saying?
I'm still lost. Why wouldn't
When I
you
was
get
there,
on the plane, though?
just listen, I'm there. But I'm always, when I'm training, I'm always in front of the TV watching. How can, you know, if you a coach, you looking. You trying to figure it out how you gonna beat him. You know what I'm saying? But when my man Kenny tapped me, he said, yo, we got a world champion. Boom. I woke up. I was there, but I wasn't there. Come on, man.
I'm like,
where he at, man?
I didn't know that.
Where you at?
I thought I seen him in the corner.
You did see me.
he was there, but
But
you weren't
sometimes
there,
you
yeah.
can be
Out of
there
body,
in a tunnel vision. You know what I'm saying? And the only thing I knew as far as experience at that particular time was looking at the TV, watching the greats fight. And how can I beat them?
You was right there.
I was right there.
Right there in the moment.
Well, Calvin, man, those are all mine, man. I appreciate you. Thank you so
I-
much.
I got a few more I
Keep
gotta
doing
ask
what
you.
you're
Just
doing.
3 more
Go ahead.
questions if you got, okay? These are some fun questions I like to ask. Before a big fight, right? What would be your pre-fight meal that you would have before a big fight?
I try to eat like, I fast a lot. You know, when people look at me, they say, Dad, how old are you? I say, I'm 56. They say, you in shape. You know, if you see I get in the ring, you know, show them stuff and everything. I try to stay fit. I try to eat right. You know, I'm from a different cloth.
I love it. And what would be your post-fight guilty pleasure? Like, I got to have it when this fight's over. Like, I got to have
A
it.
nice, fresh apple pie.
Fresh apple pie.
McDonald's apple pie or like some real
No,
shit?
that homemade stuff with the layers. Cause I'm a baker. That's my. I'm a
They
baker
don't know.
by
They don't
trade.
know you, chef. You
Yeah,
gotta tell
I'm a
them,
baker by craft. But I would a nice thick layer apple pie with just a little pinch of ice cream on top.
Ooh, warm too. I want to add, my final question is: are you into Marvel comics, comic books? Marvel.
No, only on TV.
All right. So I want to ask you: if you were a superhero, what would be your superhero power?
Flash.
Speed.
Pay attention, y'all. Pay attention, y'all.
Flash. Don't play. Well, thank you very much. That's all my questions.
Thank you. That's a good one. I like that, man.
Different.
Yeah, that was
Different
a good
kind
one.
of question.
How you doing?
I was there. I'm gonna stay alive with y'all till we walk up out of here. I ain't even gonna cut y'all, man. We gonna rock out, man. It's about to go down. We in the A now. Work is done. Now it's time to eat. I'm hungry. You know what I'm saying? Showcase, what up, man? You heard from Mario? I I ain't hear from Mario, man. What's up? Hold up, y'all. Let me strap this up. Got my phone shaking. Trying to strap the shirt to the hoodie. I mean to the bag. What you need?
Practice of staying out of trouble now.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, I was seeing LBS ended up stay out of trouble. He don't know I ran down on Tank's publicist. He seen me ask him, yo man, when we gonna make up, man? When we gonna be friends, man? I like the way he move. Billie Jean. Yo, Christian Dior, when it rains it booms.
Only 6 foot. 6 foot only.
I don't know you with that knife.
Yeah, I got you. Okay. 6 foot, he got a picture with you. Cool. Appreciate it. All right, bro.
We'll be in there, guy.
I'm gonna hit you, 6 foot.
All right, man. Take it easy, bro.
For sure, bro.
Francis.
Please.
You on video right
Take me
here, man.
take me a picture, man.
You on video?
Please.
Up and down?
Yeah, whatever, man. You terrible. Yo, you been to a ball game, bro?
Nah, bro, I don't play ball.
Yo, I want to go down there, yo.
What happened?
Can't think I can.
You gotta do a quick run. You gotta sprint.
Damn, man. This is, yeah, no, this roll. All right, we good now.
He's scared.
I ain't trying to get tackled. Yo, she get a drink, though?
Yeah. Oh, blurry. I ain't got no smudges on the can. I don't know why it's blurry. I don't do it as you know. You ready?
Yeah.
You out?
Oh, no, not ready yet.
Oh, that's your bag?
Come here. No, stay.
Don't get the Chargers. Man, look, he want to take more pictures. He got me out here starving, man. Trying to take pictures with everybody. Tank's still here, though. Because, yeah, he gonna get more. Because I see his trucks is here. He came through in them 3 trucks. Like the president, they put him in the middle, or the front, or the back, so you don't know where he at. That's a steep forward, man. Push up and tank. Did you mean on tank? Because he gone already. He gone already. He inside somewhere. Oh, damn. They might have just pulled off, right? Nah. They're not about to come out. And then they're about to come out now.
What's the word on the street?
Oh, man.
Wilder, Canelo.
About this fight? I mean, I guess the word on the street is definitely Wilder. Wilder is like dominating the headlines. Yeah. Maybe a couple days ago it was Canelo. Yeah. Wilder is taking over the headlines. All right, cool.
You
Thank
always
you,
got
Calvin.
something with you.
Gotta stir that pot, man. Gotta stir the pot. You do.
Always keep it straight with you.
You do. I can't be mad at that. You ready, champ? Got all your little pictures? You good? I ain't doing any move. I wonder if we're gonna lose service out here because I'm on Wi-Fi. I'm gonna just, you know, we need to call an Uber too.
Oh, wait, we do, don't we?
We do.
Why the hell we run out here?
Or we get these little scooters though. We can always get a scooter. Ended, man. It's over, y'all. It was a great live.